The next round of pools, we have pared down the competitors a little bit. We're going to jump right into the action here. And cheers to everybody watching at home. Make sure to come to Clive's Pub if you want to join in on the fun. So, in just a moment, we're going to see our first pool. We'll be having Jeffrey Campbell, Donald Wooden, Isaiah Hollingsworth, Chris Bigelow, and Nicholas Chad coming in here. Our first match will be Donald Wooden versus Nicholas Chad. We're just going to confirm some things with our director, Joe, before we get started. And I do believe we also need a drip cam on our gold fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Because
he's really bringing it out today.
Phenomenal. And with us in the commentator's booth, we have a new commentator, Ethan. Tell the crowd a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name's Ethan. I'm affiliated with Bridge City. Gotta rep the locals.
We love our Portland sister club.
I know. Hey, I appreciate it. I've been coming over to you guys for some rapier lessons over the past handful of months. Shout out Kai Eva.
Kai is a great coach. Andy Plymate, the ringleader, Bridge City Blades, one of my favorite guys to fence with and learn from. So, phenomenal club. And here we go.
Oh, right back into it.
Right into it. Donald Wooden on the left, Nicholas Chad on the right. A dive in from both of them.
Both really trying to crash.
We have some disagreement from the judges on who struck first. So we're going to call that a clean hit red to the head. Now, Ethan, your experience is a little bit more rapier involved. Tell us what you're looking for in Longsword. What sort of techniques would you like to see? That was sort of a rapier technique there. That
was really beautiful, and I don't think I can really take a lot of credit for that. Getting those one-handed thrusts have just been a lot of fun. I've seen that in a lot of different competitors.
Yeah. But very popular this year.
What I really love to see is a nice thrust in opposition, a nice thrust with control. I think that's probably one of the most beautiful things that you can get.
Yeah, those nice structured, planted thrusts. So a little bit more cautious approach.
Coming in. Oh, really getting those probing attacks in.
Though that footwork from Donald, avoiding all of the feinting strikes.
Hey, but that was really good defense from the afterblow on him.
Absolutely. And really defending with the feet before defending with the sword, and then coming in for that counterattack.
Yeah, just trying to make that tempo.
Nicholas putting on a masterful performance here. So far unwounded.
See him throw that hand snipe. Ooh.
That, if they had determined that Donald's attack hit at the same time there, that could have been a double. But that's actually going to be a clean 9-3 victory for Nicholas Chad. Really well done. Love the little skirt action he's got going on.
Yeah, it really adds a nice little sense of flair.
A great sense of motion, especially during that great footwork sequence.
Oh, perfectly.
Moving past all those blows. Now we've got our boy Isaiah fighting for IFG. And he'll be going up against somebody.
Looks like Chris
Bigelow. From the Loyal Order of the Sword.
I'm not actually familiar with that club.
That's all right. There's a lot of clubs out in attendance today. Both fighters sitting in the bind, wide stances. Ooh, like a feinted thrust and cut around from Isaiah. Beautifully done.
I've been seeing a lot of hand snipes in here, and I've been hearing some things about people saying it really is kind of supported in that rule set. So I think a lot of people are kind of trying to play it safe, really trying to play a little bit more defensive.
Yeah, I mean, clean fencing is the best way to win. If you go for those deep targets while opening yourself up to counterattack, you're sacrificing a lot of those points, a lot of the potential for points. So getting a clean, shallow hit, a lot of time. Ooh,
And that was a see.
Beautiful.
Now that's the rapier that I look for.
counter thrust to a deep target, off-putting his own, off-putting Chris's blade.
Going right back
Great
in.
showing from Isaiah so far.
And he really takes that really wide, very rooted stance.
I love the way he's not telegraphing his attacks with his shoulders, right? A lot of his action is coming from below the elbow, which makes
Yeah.
it really easy to slip past that point forward defense.
Yeah, you know, he's been coming over to some of the IFG classes or the rapier classes, and he's been such a great fight.
Yeah.
So it's really great to see him in his element out here.
Oh,
And that looked like a really
a good
nice
couple of parries, but Chris
had a-
did manage to sneak in that thrust to the hands.
Yep. Right underneath Isaiah's parry. Defense.
We have a judge deeply deliberating on where the target was. All right, Joe's calling the afterblow flat. It's very important. The strikes have to hit with good edge alignment, showing control and technical ability.
And I
You
think-
love to see that. That was just a straight thrust, counter thrust with displacement.
You know, I hate to say it, but that happens all the time in rapier. You know, you think you have that line, and your opponent thinks the exact same thing, and
Chris manages to come out on top of that exchange. A little more cautious as Isaiah poking, prodding, both in a low guard.
That was a great displacement of his thrust.
Great defense. I didn't see any martial strikes of quality land. Joe agrees. No agreement, no exchange.
Here we are. Oh.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
first
going to be a
tempo.
double. Fighters attacking in the same tempo, both landing.
Oh. Nice play from Isaiah, getting that nice feint into just another line.
I got to say, I saw both of them hit there. Isaiah with the thrust and getting tapped on the top of the head. I'm going to agree with our far judge there. That was a blow with afterblow.
Are you saying that our judges don't have supreme power?
Hey, he still called it right. Great work from Chris there, getting the afterblow. Oh,
Ooh,
committing
he
to the
almost had
thrust.
that. Just a little short from Chris.
Way to void that thrust, even as he was being chased, winding around for the cut overhand. Now, for me, I saw it land on the hilt, but they're showing that as clean strike. Isaiah doing
Oh, and there
great
he
work
goes.
and getting that last clean blow to the arm.
Breaking that rhythm that they've worked so hard to create.
Just showing how important tempo is in longsword and in rapier, right?
Oh, totally. You know, I feel like one of the biggest things in rapier really is that measure and tempo game and just your response to it. You know, and I've seen a lot more in longsword as well. And I think that, you know, there's a nice difference, but there's also a lot more commonality than most people think.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're still trying to put a hunk of metal in your opponent while keeping their hunk of metal out of you. So up next, we've got Nicholas Chad back up from Seven Swords Academy versus Jeff Campbell from Lonan League. Or Geoffrey, depending on how you want to read it.
We're both adopting a high guard.
Yeah, Jeff coming in with the very standard Lonan approach, chopping in on the hands. Great response from Nick, getting out of the way of it and planting that thrust in the chest. Both trying to find the bind.
Just trying to establish something.
Oh, a very committed thrust from Nicholas. responded to with a counter thrust from Jeff, both landing in the same tempo. That will be a double. I love the cat patch on Nick Chad's helmet.
You know, it really kind of reminds me of like a little rooster tail.
Yeah.
But I think it adds a lot of character, you know, something. I feel like a lot of HEMAs really put a lot of pride into the way that they look, and so it's always some of the best parts of coming out to tournaments is just seeing the different stylistic approaches that people take.
Definitely. Fashion HEMA is best HEMA. All right, keeping the score very even.
Coming back both, taking a little bit more passive. Comes in, crash. Oh, and look at that. A grapple with the under. I think in Italian that's an imbricata. No, it's a stoccata. It's a rising thrust.
Yeah, straight into the gut. You could see him recoil there, but looks like that thrust was late, so they count it as an afterblow.
Mm.
Still very even. Oh, a much higher quality strike there from Jeff, landing to the head.
Oh, it looks like we got a little bit of contention with the judges.
Okay, so they're going to say that Nick got a good quality strike to the ribs, and Jeff responded with that cut to the head. Switching guards as Nick.
Taking a little bit more of that point back.
Oh, we
right
see
into
a
that
strong
crash.
Zverkow and a scramble.
Straight into the pommel strike.
Clean hit, gold on a deep target. Let's see where that comes in. It looks like they're counting maybe that slash around after the grapple to the head. Let's see if Jeffrey can claw back some wounds here. A low guard, looking for the crump, but missing the reaction. That should be a thrust with control.
Yeah, it looks like we got one judge agreeing with that.
Yes. Evening up the score in the final hour, bringing it to 1-1.
Now, these are the matches I really like to watch.
Really impressive. Seeing that crump coming, planting the thrust ahead of it. Oh.
I think that might be it.
That is a blow with a late afterblow. Joe is agreeing with our far judge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He struck into those ribs. Match for Jeff Campbell. Clawing victory from the jaws of defeat. Well done to our Lone and League friends.
You know, it's such a great match. You know, I really love seeing
really
the Longswords
phenomenal
in their element.
Excellent work. And now we're going to see our next match. We have some knight-like sword handoff. A kneel showing honor and respect to the opponent. Coming in from a squat, very relaxed stance. Again, voiding those hits with the footwork.
Very light on his feet. Oh, man, a nice strike.
Getting the blow after blow. Striking, it looked like to the abdomen, but they're going to call it to the thigh. Again, Ooh. Caught him with the thrust on the way in. Donald looking very relaxed coming into the exchanges, belying how coiled, how ready he is to jump in and out of the exchange. Taking a kneel while we see a Mono E from the judges. Mono E, of course, being a judges' conference in sumo.
I've gotten to actually talk to Donnie quite a couple of times, and he takes a lot of experience from kendo, and I think you really can see that in his fencing and a lot of his attitude towards it.
Yeah. He even has that sort of classic kendo stance of sort of a higher point forward guard, lashing out like a little snake. All right, the judge is going to decline the self-call, call that a blow after blow. Donald light. Oh, but approaching deep into his measure with no plan to respond, giving Chris an easy, clean shot.
It was a really good response.
Yeah. I think Donald was trying to hide the measure there a little bit, but Chris was well in tune.
Trying to displace Chris's blade.
Yeah, trying to make a little bit of room down that center line. Chris
Really
not letting it happen, defending his hands. That blow lands on the cross guard. Oh! With thrust, counter thrust. I agree with our FAR judge. We did see a double.
I think that might be our next double.
But the flying sword saves them both. They're not going to count that. Whoa.
Chris really going for that deep lunge. Oh, but a great response from Donald.
Yeah. The deep lunge voided by that excellent footwork from Donald. And he comes in that counter tempo, that mezzo tempo, and hits him with the strike. Really fantastic fencing from both of these guys.
Donnie trying to get that hand snipe.
Trading upcuts.
Oh.
Yeah, blow after blow.
I could definitely
Seems
see that.
like a reasonable call. It was an excellent thrust.
Still a really close match.
Yet another. Oh,
Chris
a strike to the head, very narrowly defended. We see that sort of Italian body leaning backwards from Chris, running in for the thrust, but getting caught on the leg on the way in. Yeah, they're saying that thrust was passé, missed just a little bit. Donald now taking a slight lead with these last few exchanges.
Oh, and a great parry of that thrust from Chris.
It looked like it might have caught a little bit, but it was not planted. I did like Chris's attempt at a sort of backwards flick cut to the head, although I doubt they count that as a martial strike.
Well, you never know.
Here we see Donald looking zen like a samurai, knelt. I think that counts for a drip check. And Liam Clark, just so you know, red is on left, gold is on your right. They are giving red 1 wound for a shallow strike. That thrust was counted as passe. Circling, reclaiming the center, going for a cut. Both fighters nervous. It's close. Trying to bat away the sword and open up the center line. He avoids it with a duplirin. Strikes into the ribs. I think that's a duplirin, right?
That's
when
a
you
great question.
dip and...
I'd love to say that I know, that I'm confident in my German, but, I'm still learning.
What do you call that in Italian when you evade the opponent's sword before going in for a cut?
I call that a disengage, but depending on the disengage, it could be maybe a cavazione.
Okay.
When you dip your sword underneath your opponent's.
Yeah. All right, we've got our next match coming up. Looks like Isaiah Hollingsworth against our friend in the Lonin League, Jeff Campbell. This is a match I'm particularly excited for. Any Lonin versus IFG match is always a great time. Flurry of slashes there. Both judges agreeing blow after blow on a deep target.
Both seeming very eager to get this match started.
Absolutely. Isaiah claiming the center.
Oh, but a great response.
That's going to be, unfortunately, a double, I think. Both fighters attacking in the same tempo.
Like that thrust from Jeff didn't quite plant.
Yeah. Jeff did a great job of displacing that initial blow so that Isaiah's after blow was out of tempo. But they're still going to call that after blow as well. Very interesting stances from Isaiah. Ooh,
there's that thrust he was looking for.
Was an excellently planted thrust and pulled it back for that defense of the afterblow. Excellent technique from Jeff.
And both fighters starting to get a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, you can see Isaiah has that very sort of classical footwork of heel to toe stepping, whereas Jeff is staying very much light on his toes like a boxer. Comes out for Isaiah this time. What a great pose that was at the end.
You can see both fighters preparing for another overhead attack.
Exactly. You keep fighting until you hear the halt. A jump in from Isaiah to claim the center.
Coming in with that feint of the foot.
Stomping to elicit some reaction. Jeff with the more committed attack. I'm going to agree with our close judge here that Isaiah got the first contact. But we'll see how the judges handle it after the Mono E. We'll see it here in slow motion. Oh, yeah, Jeff not quite making it with that thrust, but on the Untersberg that he comes around with, does hit. They do give the afterblow to Isaiah, though. Both fighters are going to suffer 1 wound, keeping it a very even match. Some encouragement from the second there. Great footwork from Isaiah to clear the blade, but a committed attack from Jeffrey seems to land on the hands.
And as we've gotten deeper into this match, I see a lot more hesitancy from both fighters.
Absolutely. They both realize how much of a danger the other is. I mean, they've traded blow and after blow. I think they both realize that they need to have a defended, committed attack in order to claim a lead here. Oh!
Jeff almost landing that flash.
That thrust did not look like it landed to me.
It looked a little short, but he sure was committed. And that's really what you need in those forward weighted thrusts.
Yeah. Just a little short. They're going to wash that. Isaiah doing a great job of claiming space, making Jeffrey fight from the back foot. He's actually going to force a ring out here if he pushes him any further. That did look like Jeff managed to get a shot on the forearm there. I don't know what Isaiah landed.
It did look a little light from this angle. But I do think it's another hard call from the judges.
Another Mono E. Have you ever watched any sumo? Any sumo? Have you ever watched any?
No, I have not.
Oh.
But I have a lot of people who really speak highly of it.
It's like fencing, but with big, fat, naked men. It's great.
That sounds like just my type.
So after the judges meet, they're going to say no quality to any of those strikes.
Isaiah really claiming that space with his feet, getting very comfortable.
Keeping his blade high, but Jeffrey is doing a great job of not letting himself get pushed too far back. He's almost drawing Isaiah into measure before jumping out. Like he's trying to let Isaiah believe that he's in a space of power before launching that attack.
Definitively.
And successfully, Jeffrey is going to take the match. Another win for Lonan. Great work. But still great fencing from Isaiah. Claiming space, doing a great job of defending some of those more committed attacks. Enough slip through, though.
No, I do really like Isaiah's fencing, and I'm such a fan of him whenever we fence in Rapier. It's always such a joy. We have such great back and forths, and to see him here in what I know he would claim much more is just always exciting, and not even from him, but all the fencers who've been able to come out and really make the effort. It's been such a pleasure.
Yeah. Isaiah in particular has had some very picturesque sort of guards and footwork that I've really appreciated. Next up, we've got, we're right into it. We've got Nicholas Chad versus Chris Bigelow. Ooh!
Another sword drop.
Thrust that was landed and then subsequently disarmed by the attempt at, it was a landed thrust. If these were sharp swords and no armor, that sword would be stuck deep into Nicholas Chad.
There's actually plenty of plates and rapier techs that speak exactly to that, of stabbing straight through your opponents and working off of that pressure in. And it's, I found a lot of challenge in trying to replicate that in sparring.
Yeah. It doesn't work as well when your sword doesn't go through your opponent. Nicholas fishing for a crumpow there, trying to move his blade offhand. Chris doing a great job at keeping his hands back, not really opening himself up for a loss of structure.
Really keeping a cool head against Chris's probing attacks.
Yeah. Oh.
Straight into that.
Chris comes straight out with a nice shot to the hand, but never mind. I was wrong. Nicholas got the strike. Chris got an afterblow.
Both fencers getting very established in their measure.
Again, hunting for that Krumpow, hunting for some way to break the structure, forces him way out of the ring. That is, ring outs aren't themselves considered a scoring action, but there was a cut that the judges saw during that grapple. Again, Nicholas looking for...
What a great opportunity found by Nicholas.
Almost
Chris, my apologies.
Caught that just briefest moment of bind to wind his sword in and displace Nicholas's blade. Excellent work from Chris there.
And that's one of my opinions of longsword. I feel like the thrust is always a nice little sparkle on top. You know, I've seen a lot of cutting, but not a lot of dependence on that thrust.
Oh, Nicholas going for the very risky, almost desperate single-handed strike to the leg. Gets responded to with a really strong thrust. Nicholas just trying to claw back some of these points. Or wounds, rather. Chris looking very relaxed. Going for the undercut. Another attempted crump from Nicholas. Just woven straight through by Chris for a well-planted thrust.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If the play works, keep playing. Great work to Chris there, taking the match. Let's see that in slow motion. So you see, Nicholas has been looking for that crump all match. Couldn't quite get it. He gets voided, and that committed thrust just lands straight to the abdomen. Now we've got our good friend Donald Wooden versus our better friend Isaiah Hollingsworth. Ooh! That looked like a strike from Isaiah, but I couldn't quite see it from this angle.
It looks like the judges are probably going to call it double.
Yeah. Blow after blow, one wound for each. Isaiah needs to clean up his defense just a little bit. His offense is looking really good. He's getting in those attacks. He needs to work on parrying the after blows. Does a great job that time getting a clean strike. Claiming the center. Donald not letting him quite push out. Ooh, goes for the single-handed, gets put off.
Oh, all great attempted thrust from Isaiah, but
yeah,
looks like a better response from Donald.
A deep thrust from Isaiah met with an afterblow from Don. Evening up the score? No, not quite. Extending his lead, actually. Jumping into the center again is Isaiah. Donald using that great footwork to push him back. Voids the strike to his head by level changing, hitting him with a cut to the abdomen. Great body movement from Donald. He's calling a afterblow to the head, though.
Been great to see the honor in fencing out here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one of the things that I really love about this sport.
Everybody wants to have a good, fair match. Oh, playing in the bind quicker is Donald, making a clean strike to the wrist. And that evens up the score, 4-4. Isaiah transitioning guards, fools to Vomtog to point forward.
That same
doesn't quite get it. Did that look like a double to you?
I could say so.
Oh, however, Joe says that because Isaiah's hit had less quality, they're not going to call that a double.
I will say the strike from Donald was very apparent. whereas the strike from Isaiah was not as
planted quite a bit better. I love Isaiah's leap into the center.
But that strong presence in the center of the ring.
Ooh, that to me looked like Isaiah deflected. Yeah, both judges agree. Isaiah deflected the thrust as part of his own thrust, hitting that deep target clean. Really good fencing from Isaiah there.
Trying to get that strike.
That thrust went passe, and he hit the shield how with the short edge to the top of the head. That should be end of match. And we see Donald, the ever honorable, taking it. Oh, no quality on either strike. Wow, okay. The skirt is so drippy. Going again for two of those short edge strikes, neither quite making the mark. They're going to call that a double. Donald's thrust landing at the same time as that second shield how. Oh, a clean strike from the hand with a great hanger guard to block those afterblows.
No, I don't think that Donald really thought that strike was going to come through. Looked very prepared in those first few.
Yeah.
That last one just slipping right past.
We have a little bit of coaching from Joe for his favorite student. No, just kidding.
That was a controversial statement?
No, he's an impartial director. Leaping into the center is both of them. Oh, we have
afterblow coming from
Isaiah. Some traded shallow hits, it looked to me. Unfortunately, because Donald only has one wound left, that is going to be match Isaiah. Excellent work to both fencers there.
Well, and I don't think we've seen more than one double in the last handful of matches.
Yeah, each match has had one double, and doubles do happen. You both get the idea at the same time. Ultimately, you can't change to defense fast enough. You're gonna get a double.
Oh, but we've seen some pretty clean fencing. There hasn't been as many as there has in the previous pools. So it's really great to see some defensive-minded fencers out here.
We got Chris Bigelow up again versus Jeffrey Campbell. Taking a moment to rest. Unfortunately, I am now out of beer. All right. Chris Bigelow claiming the center. Wow, some really pretty fencing there from Jeffrey. Coming in with some great defensive parries.
Really a great defense. Seeing him make his attack, but miss and still parry as he enters.
Yeah. Going for the same attack twice with the same defense, both effective. Chopping for the hands, making sure Chris is defending himself. He is keeping those hands back, making sure that there's not a huge vulnerable target for Jeffrey, but Jeffrey commits to that thrust and gets the hanger parry up in time. Coming back in. Jeffrey doing the same thing, backing up, bringing, a passe thrust, a strike to the top of the head from Jeffrey. No, from Chris. Excuse me.
Maybe we back you up like 3 feet.
But again, Jeffrey's doing a great job of drawing them into his measure so that when he explodes out, it's unexpected. Bringing the guard a little higher, preparing for a cut on the edge of the ring.
Oh, Jeff preparing for that attack. You know. I think that's, as you mentioned, really playing at that edge of measure just to find that right moment to just explode into his opponent.
Gold did land first. Another very even match in this pool. Trying to displace with that upcut. Playing at the edge.
Still playing at that edge of measure. Oh, but really trying to enter in.
There was no cut of quality there. There was a lot of sword contact on body, but not a whole lot of actual martial striking. And Joe agrees.
It's those moments that, as a fencer, you know, you feel it can be very definitive, but from the outside, it can be just such a hard observation to make.
Yeah. Oh. An interesting trying to cut around the blade.
I think Chris
and another double.
Trying to maneuver off of that thrust that Jeffrey's really been making and putting a lot of weight into.
First double of the match. Transitioning guards as Jeff trying to play at the blade, get a little bit of a bind to know where he is. Chopping to the left twice, committing to a thrust, not landing. Uh-oh.
Looks like I got a sword stuck.
Yeah, that sword went straight through the glove there. We're going to have a call for a medic. That thrust weaved in between the plates of those gloves. We're going to take a little break while our medical staff gives some attention to our lone and fighter.
Yeah, but that's the risk that you take when you come out to these tournaments. You know, everyone's coming with such intensity and such this energy that sometimes injuries happen.
Yeah, and you know, ultimately when you're committing to that thrust, if there's just a millimeter of difference between landing on the protective plate and landing on the leather in between them, I mean, historically speaking, that's how you win fights, right? Is you land a blow in between somebody's armor plates. And unfortunately, we don't want to see that in the modern time where we're looking for sporting.
Little ironic coming from the history of this and the context.
Exactly. But all the same, you know, great sportsmanship, calling the halt, nobody continuing. And it looks like we have Jeff coming on back. His glove is A-OK. His hand is A-OK. We're seeing great sportsmanship. Everybody's confirmed that we're all happy. And we're going to resume shortly.
You know, but one of the things that I've been really impressed with this year's tournament is the lack of severe injuries. You know, I know that's been a huge point of contention in the HEMA community. I've been to several other tournaments in the past where I've seen a lot of impetus being put on that. A lot of people trying to get some safe fencing out there and really make people feel more comfortable in the sport. Yeah.
And that comes down so much to the judges and directors that we have that are, you know, monitoring for any escalation in force and calling halts quickly, making sure that nobody's getting injured. We want to keep having this same tournament for years and years, and you know, the important part of that is making sure that fighters can come back year after year.
Back into our match here.
Straight back into it. We see a little more caution from Jeffrey. I mean, you know, even if you don't get an injury, it still hurts a little bit, still makes you just a little bit nervous to commit so hard. Oh, but a great Strike into the parry, parrying the response, and then getting that nice quick cut to the body.
Yeah.
That should be match. Oh. Yeah. Joe thought that he saw the slash hit the hip, but we're getting a self call that is a deep target. We have one more. Well, maybe many more.
Match is yet to be completed.
Our judges scuttling around the ring, trying to get a good view of what's going to happen.
Moving into a grapple.
A committed thrust with a loss of control from Jeffrey and what looked to me like a clean hit to the top of the head from Chris.
But that's really what happens when you go and crash into measure like that. And I've been seeing a lot of that today, of a lot of fencers really getting into that measure and, kind of having that same idea of wanting to break and make that attack. And especially when you both make such an aggressive advance, you really get into that body crash.
It looked like somebody hit a hand there. But Joe is the only one who saw it. And you can see just how physically exhausting this sport is. You see the sweat stains starting to appear on both fighters through these thick gambesons.
Oh, and a great parry from Jeff.
Yeah, really good displacement above the head into the Zverkow, and that afterblow looked out of tempo to me. Match again to Lonin, putting on a great performance here early in this elimination pool. I gotta say, these tater tots are delightful.
Yeah, it was a real great present to be awarded.
Yeah, tater tots with cheese sauce. Thank you to Peter Bierning. We'll look forward to seeing him a little later.
Starting to give me some ideas there.
All right, Isaiah versus Nicholas.
This is
both with short chops.
Both moving into measure and really staying in there and trying to commit their attacks off of. You can see those front foots planting. Even Nicholas moving forward in the middle of their parry response.
Yeah, lunging into that little thrust afterblow. Isaiah jumping into the center again. Oh! As Nicholas raises up to defend the high angle, Isaiah comes in for a middle how to the abdomen.
Yeah. It's really great. Both fencers really seeing those opportunities that the other's presenting them and just trying to work off of them as soon as they can.
Isaiah doing a great job here. Nicholas going for that crump how again. Ooh, a strong one-handed cut around to the head. Let's see what came in before. Yeah. Joe agrees. That one-handed cut around using the pressure from Isaiah's deflection to wheel around and get a really clean hit to the head.
Nicholas playing a little bit more reserved.
Yeah, trying again for that one-handed extended throw.
Getting that commitment in.
A little bit of wiggling in the bind until Isaiah gets free and gets that shortcut to the head.
Really trying to put pressure on Isaiah's deep stance.
Ooh, a switch stance from Nicholas into the deflection and strike, but Isaiah hits first. And that is going to bring the score to 6-1. Nicholas needs to do something here. Nicholas going for that committed thrust. That afterblow had a little too much sauce on it, I'd say.
But Nicholas did what he needed to do and got that planted, but didn't look like he quite defended that afterblow.
No, and unfortunately, because he has one wound, even though he got the better of that exchange, that is going to go to Isaiah for the win. Great work to both fencers. We have some, the second, taking back the armband that denotes who's on who. And again, we have
our friend.
We have our beskirted friend against our Lonin adversary.
Coming into our final match of this pool.
Daniel and Jeffrey.
Donald's staying very relaxed.
Yeah. Not biting, not putting the pressure on Jeffrey that everybody else has, sort of playing a little further back, making Jeffrey come to him.
But a great void from that thrust that Jeff's been pulling this whole time.
Yeah. We have a call for gear just to give Jeffrey a moment to adjust his helmet. Yeah, Donald again coming in very relaxed, not putting a ton of pressure, voiding the strikes, getting that first hit to the head.
A good response from that lack of action coming from Donald.
Interesting, they're actually going to call that as Jeffrey's initial strike. I didn't quite catch it there in the slow-mo. Jeffrey definitely adjusting, pushing a little further into the center, trying to bait Donald into putting that pressure on. That's going to be a double.
Coming to our first double
strike to the top of the head and a thrust to the abdomen. They're going to wash the exchange as one or both of those strikes were flat. Oh!
And a beautiful thrust coming from Jeffrey.
A well-planted thrust to the neck.
Really, really good to see that flex.
Not quite getting control of his opponent's sword, but definitely displacing it, even turning his body, presenting a thinner target. Going for the Zverkow, but actually a little too close, so he gets blocked. Still gets a cut coming out on the other end.
Yeah, and you can really see that coming from him, with making that initial thrust, and the moment his opponents are able to parry, he gets that cut around to really take their opponents offline.
It's a really high percentage technique. As long as you can bait your opponent into an over defense, a clean strike to the hand from Donald, but some action after the halt. Yeah, and we're going to see a yellow card to Donald for those attempted strikes after the halt. But he will get the point. Both fighters not willing to jump in. Ooh.
And great attempt of that contra tempo from Jeffrey. Really pushing straight into his opponent's attack, getting that hit.
Yeah. that afterblow keeping Donald in the race.
Not quite at that 6-point differential.
Jeffrey only needs one more hit or afterblow.
Like a little bit more loose.
Yeah, feeling much more comfortable, and he gets that quick strike to the leg before Donald can void it.
And a great opportunity to see, not taking any unnecessary risk and just moving around.
Yeah, match to Jeffrey. That's all of the matches of this pool so far to Jeffrey. Great work coming back from a potential injury, getting stabbed in the hand, and taking victories anyways. And we're going to have our next pool coming up shortly, right?
Yeah, I believe that's the end of our first pool. So we're coming into, let's see here. We've got our pool 6 coming up soon.
So we're going to go ahead and take a short break. So what were some of the things you saw there that reminded you of techniques that you've learned in Rapier and, how those translate to Longsword and how these folks are fighting?
Yeah, it was really nice seeing some thrust into overpowering someone's guard, and especially in Rapier, I think that's such a great thing to come into. It is
Man, I love this black and white sort of paisley floral fit back there. I think we can get a drip check on the black and white fighter over there? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you could drip check us as well. Yeah, look at that. Those Pluderhosen are phenomenal.
Such a great pattern, and that's one of those specials,
Absolutely, and just a shot to the side of our boy in the skirt, Donald, looking great. So many well-dressed fighters out here today.
I believe it's a true sentiment of HEMA, the better you dress, the better you perform.
Exactly. The better you look, the better you fight.
It's not only a test of your technique, but a test of your fashionable taste. Again, very, very true to the historic context.
Yeah, technique is taste, taste is technique. It's all up for, especially with the Italians, right? As you go from longsword to rapier to short sword, evolving guards from the swept guard to the clamshell guard, giving up a little bit of that defense just to look a little bit cooler.
Well, I think that's the defining characteristic of our art. Is we really try to put some focus onto the artistic part of it.
Definitely the defining attribute of Italians. Well.
Certainly. But you know what? I think a lot of our tradition kind of comes from that dueling mentality and those dueling traditions, especially of nobility, where we come from a lot of wanting to make sure that you overpower and overperform your opponent, but doing it in style.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so much of what we do comes from the old school duels, even just having a second, right? Somebody to advocate for you in those times where adrenaline's high. You don't want, as a fighter, to also be responsible for communicating needs to the people that are sort of making the decision. So that's why we have seconds communicate to the director any issues that the fighter might have. Historically speaking, though, the seconds were there to make sure that satisfaction was had.
Certainly.
If you got a cut across the abdomen and couldn't fight anymore, your second was there to say, no, you got us. You got our guy. Or vice versa, my guy is satisfied with the wound that we have inflicted.
Surely, and in some cases, no wound being exchanged at all. Just that rattling of swords at that moment where two fighters or duelists in this context coming together and realizing, you know what, I don't want to kill this guy at the risk of getting myself killed.
I don't want to get stabbed for this. I live my day-to-day life like that. Am I willing to get stabbed for this? No, don't do it.
And that's personally a sentiment that I share. Is I'm
Yeah.
not really a huge fan of getting stabbed. Can't say it's an experience that I ever want to have. But
Well, getting stabbed in the face by your friends is one of the best things about HEMA, as long as you can stab them in the face back, and then I'll go get a beer after.
Oh, well, that's the end of practice beer is certainly, that's a necessity.
Absolutely. In Portland, we do, or at IFG, because you're also in Portland.
Unfortunately,
IFG
yeah, we do. There's a contest for who owns it now.
Whoa, okay.
But
Is there,
we'll have
though?
to have a fight for it.
I don't see the Bridge City Blades tournament happening year after year, so
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But after practice at IFG, we all head to the Lucky Lab, get beers, pizza. What's Bridge City Blades post-practice routine?
We kind of go back and forth. We actually found a Lucky Lab close to ours, and I've really loved that tradition of you guys. So I've been trying to kind of bring that back to our club, of have that as our consistency. But our favorite is my father's place, a nice little cozy dive bar.
Yeah.
And we've had this long-standing tradition of getting their chicken fried steak and pancakes and eggs and a beer. At 10
breakfast
p.m.
food at 10
At
p.m.?
10 p.m. Yes, sir.
This is why IFG will remain the most prominent club in Portland, because we have dinner food at dinner time.
But I think you're missing out.
Ethan, you have somebody looking out for you.
Oh, and it's our one and only Donnie. Coming out, getting some nice gratification. I actually spoke with Donnie prior to this, and he just wanted to ensure that I did nothing but speak poorly about him on camera. So I think I
you
might have
did
let
a
him down.
terrible job.
I know. I'll have to apologize to him on that.
I gotta say, he had some phenomenal exchanges there. I really liked how honorable he was showing. A lot of self-calling. I'm gonna eat a tater tot.
I think that's what this time is perfect for. We really got this nice downtime in between pools. This is that opportunity in Hemo, where you get that other person who you had a phenomenal match, and you guys just get that bonding moment. And I think for me, that's again one of those moments that I aspire to have. Well, that I love having rather, is that nice debrief with a worthy opponent.
Yeah. Ooh, we get to see the tail end of the far pool over here. We'll see if they have any matches left. It looks like they do. Those fighters are not Elliot Cosgrove and Ethan Lowry.
They could be.
Hey, come correct or get corrected. If you wanna go at it, I'll happily get my butt beaten later on.
Well, I brought my gear with me for this exact purpose.
Oh, that's a drip check right there. With a smiley face.
Our lone soldier.
All right, we're going to see a little bit of this back half action.
No, I know.
You gotta get rid of our names.
I know you spoke a little bit off camera about your experience, but have you done anything outside of Longsword?
Yeah, I did some longsword. I did some saber. I did some rapier. Longsword's what I was best at, just out of a pure physicality sense. I'm a big guy, so I like to get in close and sort of grab people. But rapier's a lot of fun. I mean, the technicality of it, never made a ton of sense to me just because I'm bad. But the placement, displacement, and those committed thrusts working with Kai was always a treat. And then Saber was also another favorite along with Longsword, just because it felt more expressive, fluid, and still allowed for some wrestling action.
Oh, certainly. And, I will say, you can still get into some slight wrestling with rapier. It's just it takes a little bit more finesse and technique.
Yeah, and you gotta pull the blade all the way out and then stab it in.
Well, I would highly recommend you check out Rapier and Dagger, because once your rapier is out of condition, you still have another weapon to come.
2 weapons is too many for me.
Well, it's just 2 weapons in one hand, and how much different is that from 1 weapon and 2?
Two weapons in one hand.
No, we'll go back on that.
A weapon in each hand.
A weapon in each hand, forgive me. Well, if it's a weapon in each hand, then you still have the same in Longsword, but you have a weapon in each hand.
Absolutely. My favorite strategy with Rapier and Dagger was to the old windshield wiper. You just
wiggle
the dagger around in front of you and then try and stab him with the rapier.
All right, and you're going to tell me that you found no success in that?
None at all.
I have high disbelief.
All right, up next, we've got Thomas Rich from the Lone and League fighting Mathurin Fogg from Masterless Fencing and Andrew Sherman, also from Masterless Fencing. We have a intra-club battle here.
And these are some really fun matches to watch, seeing people who've sparred time and time again coming into a competitive environment. And I feel like this is that moment that you really bring out that extra, that thing that your fellow peers don't see.
Yeah. You want to bring home some bragging rights. Say, hey, when the chips were down, when it was time to perform, I kicked your ass.
Now, speaking of chips, if I'm not mistaken, each fencer was given 3 chips for a reward to each fencer and staff.
The Rose tokens. Essentially, tokens of honor that you give to your favorite fencers or your favorite staff members. Whoever has the most at the end gets a little prize and bragging rights. Great exchange there. We saw a little bit of a Zverkow attempt.
Oh, but unsuccessful.
Blow and after blow. All right, coming in, some similar footwork from both of these guys. You can see their club similarity. A switch stance from Andrew.
A lot of patience.
Oh, a grapple.
Straight into a grapple.
Way to keep control. No real opportunity for retaliation there. I love the way that Matt there really just stood his ground, caught him in the grapple, brought him out.
Certainly. Both fencers seeming very comfortable in their footwork, very comfortable on their guard, not wanting to give that space up.
All right. So the judges wanted to give a wound for a pommel on the way in. The fencer waved it off. This is the time where you're probably going to see the most self-calls. These guys are most likely good friends.
Oh.
Sweeping wheel cuts from Matt there. There was a small hit with the tip that they didn't halt the fight for him. And then the second set of wheel cuts comes in, gets a good clean hit to the arm.
Really a nice display.
Playing a little bit tip to tip in the bind, both going for an action in the same tempo, hitting each other on the head at
and
the
that comes
same
into our first double.
Gosh darn time.
But it's that HEMA, that age-old HEMA issue of just seeing the same opportunity as your opponent. And for me, it really makes me question in that context, how many times that happens in duels.
All right,
Yeah, we saw
Andrew
another-
putting on a good display here.
With a great thrust in that last exchange. Both benches getting into a high bind, moving into a wrestle. I think that is a hold being called.
Yeah, Matthew again giving no ground, letting Andrew come at him, defending with the blade.
It's that aggression into aggression that really helps that bloom.
Yeah. No solid hits there, but Joe's commending them for their control. Oh!
And we got our guys like
The sneaky little Viper strike to the leg. You got to get one in.
you gotta get one in. You know, it's that thing of a lot of people don't focus on their legs when it comes to that, and I think for me that's my personal favorite in rapier is getting that nice, unexpected leg hit.
A deflected thrust there from Matthew, responded perfectly by Andrew with that Unterschwerk to the body.
Certainly. You know, but Matthew's still committing to that thrust. You know,
Yeah.
really giving Andrew
Not
that
quite enough
opportunity.
structure to keep his point online, though.
You know, he takes some real advantage by going into a rapier class.
Judges conferring. All right, so they're saying that there was an afterblow there, but it was that strike to the body that was the.
You know, that was it seemed very uncertain from my position.
Yeah. Now with Matthew only with one, Matherin, sorry, only with 1 point left. Ooh.
You know, but really playing it safe, not collapsing that measure, really trying to stay in a position to keep himself safe.
Yeah, doing a great job of getting that clean hit, trying to claw back some wounds. Playing careful, trying to avoid a potential strike.
Oh, and we see a great response from
Defending against a strike that doesn't come, twisting around for that strike on the leg. Beautifully done.
Matt. But Andrew's still respecting Matt, even with his advantage.
Yeah. Really, he just needs to get an afterblow to win, but he doesn't want to win that way. He wants to get a nice, clean victory.
Oh, great retraction of the hands from Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, and a great
Wow.
response from Matt. Great entry with great coverage and really opening Andrew into that opportunity.
Jumping in with that Zverkow. Now, unfortunately, the writing is on the wall. Andrew is going to take the match, but a great display of defensive fighting there.
But a great display. And again, I think it's these matches of that inner club matchment that it really just blossoms here.
And up next, we've got some very drippy Pluderhosen up against the classic Hema Black. All right, up next we've got Jack Barry and Tanner Larson. Jack Barry fighting from Lonin, Tanner fighting from the Inland Northwest Longsword Academy.
Tanner being very relaxed, very steadfast in his guard.
Some fancy guard switches from the Lonin fighter. Drawing no reaction from Tanner. Tanner doing a great job staying solid until he can get that shield out to the shoulder.
Now I got to see Jack perform in of last set of pools, and he really just has this beautiful art of fencing that he's developed. It's very, very great to watch.
Yeah. Ooh, a high shield how from Tanner. Tanner again staying very solid.
And such a great exchange. No fencer earning a point in that exchange, I would think.
We did, our close judge saw probably a strike to the body from Jack, but the other judges didn't quite have the angle on it.
It's like calling no exchange on that exchange. Tanner looking to get a little bit more comfortable. Oh, and finding a perfect shallow target.
Beautiful work from Tanner, using the force from the displacement to swing back around. Clean hit on the arm.
And you're looking to close measure a little bit more, coming to a high bind.
Crashing to Crone and trying to trade Ferox. It looks like Tanner's lands first. Just kidding. Looks like Jack is going to get a deep strike on Tanner. Tanner second agrees.
But it's those exchanges when you come into that high bind and really trying to work off of that crash that it can be really hard to figure out what's going on.
Whoa, some fancy blade work from Jack there.
A real great display of swords.
Some Meyer-esque fencing from a not typically very Meyer-esque club. And it works out maybe.
Man, that replay. Tanner coming from that thrust, but Jack being able to make that response.
Yeah, Jack is going to take 2 wounds for that first strike to the body. Again, Tanner coming in looking like a plate straight out of a Meyer manual, and with a great Unterswerk right into the abdomen of Tanner. Judges disagree on what they saw.
No exchange being called.
No exchange.
Oh, Jack really taking that long card. Oh, but Tanner really presenting that point.
In a beautiful textbook method, Jack spins that blade up, manages to catch the incoming cut, bring it above his head, swing under with this Verkow. Really pretty fencing from Jack.
Really taking advantage of those flourishes here. And we've come back into that tied score. Tanner looking to take the lead.
Tanner gets the better of that one.
But still could be anybody's match.
It really can. Very even. And no doubles here.
Whoa! Oh, Jack really trying to take that prima tempo.
Some fascinating strategic choices from Jack here with the couple of hops in, going for the Shielhau to the top of the head.
But it did not
or the Scheitelhau, excuse me.
Did not look like it turned out for him.
No.
Oh, Tanner's starting to get a little bit more aggressive.
I think Tanner's just a little bit too steady, not willing to jump on the bait. But Jack does get a clean hit to the hand there. Great defensive parries there from Jack till he can land a hit to the hand.
And good fighting till the hold.
Yeah, they're going to call that afterblow out of tempo. This is a very close match.
Jack's still really holding on to this position. Coming in with that great flourish that he really presented this whole tournament.
Good defensive work from Jack there.
Oh, and a great cut from Tanner Larson.
He does drive that thrust in, but not before he takes the cut to the abdomen.
And it looks like our judges are conflicted on what they saw. Or maybe not so.
Ethan, unfortunately, that streamer beer is catching up with me, so I'm going to leave you alone for just a moment while I make a visit to the restroom. Entertain our viewers, please.
I'll do my very best. It looks like our judge is coming out from that decision. A little bit of conflict on that afterblow. Looks like they're resetting that exchange in lieu of that last exchange. Both playing a little bit more passive. Trying to get those slashes. Tanner coming from that undercut, not quite making, but a great response into those both cuts from the top. And it looks like Tanner is going to take that. That cut from Jack Barry not looking like it quite landed. And it seems like our judges agree, ending our match. And such a great exchange for both Tanner Larson and Jack Barry. A great display of swordsmanship. Both coming in very beautiful, very structured fencing. Such a great movement. Here we are coming into our next match. Goose, can you update the names on the... This next match coming in from Joshua Gothberg from Seven Swords Academy and Matt Fogg again from Masterless. Matt really changing up his lines of attack, and Josh being very comfortable. Oh, I had that backwards. Josh really taking advantage of his left hand and being able to make that strike from Matt crashing in.
All right, I'm back. Tell me what I missed, Ethan.
Oh, you missed an excellent exchange.
Yeah, we've got Joshua from Seven Swords, who had a great showing in the first set of pools, up against Matherin from Masterless. Excellent work. I did want to quickly mention thank you, Joshua Baker, for making sure your streamers stay hydrated by donating to the beer fund. If you come tomorrow, we'd love to get you on the mic. Love you, buddy.
And that's really what keeps the stream going.
Absolutely. All right, so both fighters are going to suffer one wound for that one for a blow after blow.
But one a match I'm really excited to watch. You know, I've seen Josh's display of swordsmanship and seeing Matt being very comfortable in his moves.
That looked like another blow after blow to me. Some very offensive fencing here. Neither fighter prioritizing defending themselves. Some fancy footwork from Joshua there. And Unterhau catches him on the hand.
Josh really trying to take that offline to open his his opponent up, to open Matt up and get him an opportunity to strike in maybe a location that Matt's not used to.
Yeah, Matt just too composed, not really taking the bait.
Certainly.
Oh, both fighters rushing in. Dirty exchange. None of the judges really know what happened, and neither do I. They're going to call that a blow with after blow in Joshua's favor.
And I will say that's quite impressive because that's such a hard thing to see from here, especially with those crashes into that high bind and both fencers trying to work off of it. It can just be so confusing.
Yeah, when you have to parse between 4 actions that all happened within a quarter second, really difficult. Matherin making a great showing here. The judge making sure that force is not escalating, telling both of the fighters to maintain control. Getting a big reaction there out of Joshua. Not able to follow up. Joshua gets the hit there. Oh, but they both get a hit. They're going to call that the first double of the match.
No, I think Joshua really trying to gain his advantage back. And Matt getting very comfortable in his lead.
Oh, a kneeling slide in.
Coming from that hand snipe, but Josh not quite giving it to him. Oh, but a beautiful opportunity given to Josh.
Yeah, great reaction from Joshua there to knock the blade away, get a quick cut in. Ooh.
Well, it looked like a great defense from Josh.
Yeah, that looked like a clean Zverkow from Josh to Matherin to the arm. But they're going to call it blow after blow, which will lead to a Matherin victory. Masterless Fencing doing a great job today. That's the second fighter we've seen on the live stream put on a great performance. Excellent work.
And a great display to all the fencers who made that effort to come out and compete today.
Hey, Peter's grabbing a boffer, about to have some casual sparring. Should we get a camera on him? Say hello to our second favorite commentator, Peter, out there showing his sword skills.
A true masterclass.
Yeah. We got a great shot here of Peter taking advantage of his break from commentating.
Oh, looking so majestic.
To show his skills, but we're going to come back to the action.
Back into Jack Barry.
Again, our favorite Lonin Meyerist up against our other masterless fencer, Jack Barry and Andrew Sherman.
Truly a clash of some human competition giants.
Yeah, looks like that Scheitelhau from Jack was met with a Zornhau to the head. Easily could be called a double. They're going to call it a blow after blow.
Like a little bit of indecision from the judges.
Yeah, one wound each. Jack Barry coming in, swinging his sword.
That very iconic style that he's been presenting.
Yeah, with that fool's guard flipping up, showing the threat,
Andrew
but does
quite
not.
landing.
Yeah, doesn't quite get that thrust out of the way. Blow after blow. Ooh.
Both benches seem to go back and forth, but no quite certain exchange.
Yeah, I saw no quality strikes there, but it looks like our close judge and Joe both saw Jack.
Certainly a lot of clashing of steel.
Yeah, that slow-mo doesn't confirm a whole lot, but moving on again, we've got Andrew rushing Jack on the edge. Jack responding well, keeping himself safe. Dropping a short edge strike on the top of Andrew's head. Oh, Jack looking like a picture out of a manual. Oh, and again, just falling to pressure from Andrew. Really committing to those thrusts. This one looks like it landed on the chest.
And it looks like they're calling no action before the ring out. Definitely a hard thing when fencing, you know, getting used to that ring or being able to know your distance from it.
Yeah. Once you step out of the ring, combat ends, or that exchange ends. He's making the point that the thrust would have landed if he hadn't stepped out. But Joe has it confused which one was thrusting and which one stepped out.
To which no exchange is being called.
Jack rushing into the center. Ooh, a lovely long reach for the leg. Getting that score just a little closer to even, getting himself a little breathing room.
Jack really taking that center dominance, but Andrew really fighting back for it.
Yeah, it looks like he did manage to displace the thrust this time and land that cut to the head. A high leg, some fast swings from Jack. Oh, beautiful.
And it looks like we got our little hand snipe coming from Andrew.
I hope we can see a slow-mo of that step in.
Andrew clawing his way back into this fight.
Yeah, Jack really struggling to handle the committed thrust, but it looks like he got it this time.
It looks like they're calling it.
Match for Jack. Well done.
Great fighting. And it looks like up next we have Joshua Gothberg into Tanner Larson.
Gearing up for our next match. That jester face, as frightening as ever.
You know, that really striking from Josh.
Yeah.
Something truly to strike fear into his opponents.
There is something to be said for the mental aspect.
Both fencers maintaining a very calm demeanor into this beginning.
Yeah, riding that blade in to strike to the head. Great bind work.
Being very respectful of that center line.
Joshua with another clean hit to a shallow target, taking an early lead. Oh, showing great poise, not overreacting to parry that strike on the left and managing to send that cut around.
Yeah. Tanner really trying to make that double advance, classic rapier technique.
Yeah. Great work from Joshua here, very clean fencing.
Oh, and an excellent exchange of back and forth of steel.
Yeah, good defensive fighting from both.
And a great retraction of the hands from Tanner Larson on that final exchange.
Yeah, just a little messy at the end, but he manages to get that clean hit to the hand and exits the exchange.
Barely avoiding that afterblow.
A little clap from Joe for a great display of defensive fencing. Some strong cuts from Josh.
But some strong defense coming from Tanner.
Yeah, great parries, managing to just land a little hit to the hand, although our FAR judge saw something a little different.
And another contested call.
No exchange.
Really pretty whirling cuts coming. Oh, and some great footwork coming from Tanner.
I cannot believe that that exchange lasted that long. I thought I saw 3 different things land.
Absolutely beautiful. You know, great fencing from both fencers coming into this match.
Gorgeous deflections.
Coming up for that first tempo from Josh. Oh, and a great body void from Tanner.
Yeah.
And it looks like it doesn't quite go his way.
They still saw it land, although I would say there was an afterblow. That's 1 wound for Tanner for a shallow target.
Both fencers really fighting.
Yeah, good exchange of parries there.
Looks like
1 wound each for a blow with afterblow. Doing their best to keep it even. Need an update to the scoreboard? No, the score's not updating.
and a great back and forth coming from both fences. Oh, and another great display.
Yeah, trading cuts around. I saw Tanner, it looked like, landed one to the ribs.
Both fencers really creating that pattern of that back and forth and doing an excellent job of breaking at that moment of opportunity.
So just for our viewers at home, we have a little bit of a delay on the scoreboard, but the score right now is 4 HP for Joshua, 3 HP for Tanner.
About to change from that really committed thrust coming from Joshua.
There we go. Now we see the updated score, bringing it down to the wire. both exploring. It looked like a hit with no quality from Tanner and good quality from Joshua. That should be match Joshua.
Coming to our final end. But
Great
still
work to both fencers.
Absolutely beautiful display of that parry and response.
All right, up next we're going to see Jack from Lonin and Matherin from Masterless. I'm very excited for this match. We saw some really pretty stuff from Matherin earlier, and of course Jack, this entire pool, has just been pulling out the prettiest fencing he possibly can.
But maintaining great poise and really keeping a cool head.
Yeah, really good form, really good technique.
And I think especially in this matchup, that'll really come to show.
Ooh, trying to escape the measure there, but gets hit by a shallow target. Oh,
Jack
and
presenting
again.
that point forward, but not quite playing out how he wanted.
Yeah, Jack can't quite get out of measure fast enough. Trying to void those strikes instead of parry.
I think he's really looking for that collection of his opponent's energy into that cut around.
Again,
Matt finding a really nice strike.
He's got the sniper, the hand sniper action going.
Really keeping his measure under control. I don't think that Matt's really giving Jack those opportunities that he's looking for.
Jack coming in again. Ooh, changing direction quickly. Jumping out and then back into measure. Good defense this time, but he gets grabbed and stabbed. Oh, but it looks like Jack got something on the way in. Deep target.
Jack earning some points on the board.
Jack's getting a little bit better sense of measure, able to void those strikes.
Oh, but a great planted strike coming from Matt.
Yeah. Chasing that thrust down, planting it into his chest.
Yeah, I think Jack's really having a hard time finding that pattern that Matt's building. You know, not getting that back and forth that he's quite used to.
Yeah, needs to get his blade a little bit more involved in his defensive work.
There we are, moving back into
beautiful
that.
parries.
Oh, but a good opportunity found by Matt.
He rides that bind in to get the thrust into the overlay on the helmet. And that is going to be match gold. An excellent showing from Matherin there.
Definitely a lot of excitement.
Didn't let Jack get into his more tricky actions.
I think Matt really took that advantage of really working to what he had and trying to get that, finding that thrust successfully.
Exactly. Beautiful work from both fencers there.
Our next match, Tanner Larson and Andrew Sherman.
As you said, Tanner Larson is now going up against Andrew Sherman. Masterless versus Inland Northwest Longsword Academy. Playing in the bind, going for some short strikes to the hand. Great void of the hands.
Both fencers playing at that edge of measure, really waiting for that last second to move in.
Yeah, but I agree with our FAR judge there. Andrew Sherman did get that cut up into the body of Tanner. Need a scoreboard. Oh, a great Zverkow into the body as the afterblow.
And incorrected.
Evening up the score. Ooh, Andrew coming out of that high bomb tog with a committed thrust, deflected, gets a nice light hit to the arm.
But both fencers staying very calm.
Yeah. The poise on display.
Good crump.
Yeah, so fun to see Andrew. You know, he gets into that stance, plants his feet so that he can start cranking those Zverkows out.
Yes.
Still exhibiting excellent control.
But Tanner's still looking for opportunities in what he's being presented.
Absolutely. Ooh, that looked like either a blow after blow or a double. They're going to call it a double. Both fighters going in the same tempo.
Certainly an amusing exchange of both fighters trying to find that just out of measure hand snipe.
If you do not strike an opening that you see, you're
And an excellent thrust from Andrew.
Wow!
And it looks like they're going to award him with control.
Was there control? I would say there wasn't. There was plenty of opportunity for an afterblow.
There certainly was, but it definitely looked like his sword point was right in the middle of his
What
arm.
a planted thrust.
And some beautiful flex coming from it. You know, definitely something that I don't think anybody expected out of that exchange.
Yeah. Ooh.
Both fencers really starting to spice it
there
up.
we go. A clean cut around to the arm from Tanner, trying to get a little bit of those points back. Gets himself out of danger of a loss on differential.
Really sees that thrust coming and just moves into that square.
Yeah, deflects it up, comes with that Zverkow from underneath.
But still, not quite playing less aggressive, still maintaining his poise.
So Joe is pointing out that even though the cut might have landed on the elbow, it was just because it was in front of the body. That cut could have gone through easily, getting into the body. Whoa!
And a real out-of-nowhere strike.
With a
from Tanner
fainted
Larson.
Zverk switching to a one-handed thrust.
This has certainly been a match for surprises.
A tricky technique to get that score just a little bit closer to even.
But bringing Tanner back into this fight.
Oh,
And what may very well have been our final exchange.
that is going to be tough to call. They're going to call a mono E. don't have a score on the stream. They're conferring when it's this close. They don't want to give a wrong point. We're going to see some sportsmanlike conduct from the fencers there, commiserating over the blows they shared. All right, let's see how the judges call it. A thrust from Tanner landed, leaving a piece of tape. And they're going to say that afterblow landed flat, giving the win to Tanner.
It's such a great display.
Wow.
You know, really fighting for that back. Really
what a
fighting
comeback.
For that victory.
Excellent work to Tanner. And great fencing from Andrew as well. No discredit. But you love to see an underdog come back and win.
I still have to commendate Tanner for his poise and for his ability to stay cool, even in that point differential. You know, not offering up a moment of weakness.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to that difference, that's such an important thing to do.
Here we have our Lonin crew giving some advice before this fight. It's Jack Berry from Lonin and Joshua Gothberg from Seven Swords.
What very well can.
Very excited for this one.
A very amusing match.
Two flashy fighters. We'll see if Jack's trickery and guard switching works a little better in this one than it did in his last.
And it looks like our camera operator was awarded a red card for misconduct.
Jack voiding that slash. Staying calm, playing at the edge of measure, sneaking in, waiting for the committed attack. Does deflect the first one, but it does look like Joshua was able to connect with the second redoubling cut. Both transitioning guards, waiting for an opportunity. Some wild slashes from Joshua. Jack, no reaction. Ooh.
Oh, but giving up no ground.
Yeah, good parry from Jack, and it looks like he did land that thrust.
I think Jack's starting to get more comfortable into this
yeah, we'll see in the slow-mo. He comes up and over with the thrust. Right there.
And such
planting beautifully.
Oh, and straight into our next engage, Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua taking advantage of Jack going into a low, very stable, immobile stance there, jumping in for that clean strike to the hand. No, to the body, sorry. 6-7, by the way.
Truly, the meme that will not die.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not too
cross cut towards the mask that missed, but a response from Jack for a shallow hit.
Oh, Josh really sticking it up.
A point forward ox guard transitioning to the fools. Ox to flug.
I think Jack looking for that.
Vomtog to cut. Jack not quite able to respond to the second cut.
And Josh really giving that opening. Really creating that opening from Jack.
Oh, but they saw a strike from Jack land first. Ooh, aggressive move from Josh there. Avoided by Jack. Great, defense, but he gets a little bit wrapped up in that flashy little circular motion, Joshua was able to capitalize with what looked like a shallow hit.
Punishing that flourish. And I think Josh really able to make that strike onto Jack amidst the tomfoolery of both of them trying to exit.
Jack does manage to get that afterblow, though, keeping the score close.
Josh still maintaining his posture, his composure.
Not able to quite parry that all the way.
And I think that's
they're going to call that a blow after blow.
Still no doubles in this exchange.
And thank goodness for that.
I'm quite impressed with a lot of the displays that we've been seeing in this match. Just near miss from Josh.
Playing with measure, voiding the strike to the head. Again.
Jack at the edge of the ring.
Oh!
But a great thrust from Josh.
Runs out of room to retreat and takes the thrust to the neck.
A blow
Certainly no control on that, on the opponent's blade, but bringing this to a 1-1 sudden death.
Jack being a little careful.
Exploratory thrusts and feints. Neither fighter willing to commit.
Josh maintaining that center. And Jack,
That was a blow after blow.
That looks like our final exchange.
I don't know how that affects the score. It's a draw.
It's a draw.
With no doubles. Both fighters taking the last point. Great work to both fighters. Very evenly matched, clearly.
A great display. And we've had an entire pool of great displays.
Now we're going to see Tanner come back.
Coming up to Matherin Fogg and Tanner Larson.
Blow after blow. That thrust to the body landed with...
Tanner keeping that point forward guard and Matt really just working from that opportunity, that lack of action from it.
Rushing in, no quality there that I saw.
But really, really good control of the center from Tanner. Oh, and Tanner coming to that crump perfectly. Well, most likely it will be called a blow after blow.
Ooh, a little upcut on the wrist there, giving an extra point to Matherin.
Both fighters looking for that hand shot, but Tanner not really being able to quite find it.
That looked like it almost got deflected, but got through the parry by just a little bit to land on the head.
Nah, making it through that Krone, I think it is in German. Krone?
Krone being the, it was almost a hanger guard. Krone. Yeah, why not? What do I know?
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah. I think we're agreeing to agree. I'm agreeing with you.
I'm all for aggressive agreement. And it looks like 2 strikes from Matt in the tempo of the
kneels
response from
down,
Tanner.
gets the shot on the leg, up almost in time to parry, but it looks like the judges think that the afterblow did land on the hands.
I will say it did look like Tanner scored that afterblow, but again, an impressive display from Matthew.
Whoa.
Tanner having a great retraction.
I didn't see that thrust land.
Avoiding the strike.
No exchange on that one.
Oh, and what looked like a good body void from Tanner.
I thought I saw Matherin land to the head there.
That certainly was close.
No exchange. Judges can't agree.
Oh,
There we
Matherin
go.
being able to find that hand strike.
Cutting around to the hand, landing emphatically.
But pulling out of measure just in time to avoid retaliation. Moving
Matherin
to a grapple
rolling
from that
in,
line.
trying to get control of that blade. A halt is called. Who hit the first strike? Looks like Matherin, which is going to be match Matherin. Congratulations. Masterless Fencing making a great showing in this pool. Up next, we'll have Andrew Sherman versus Joshua Gothberg.
This is the final pool of this, or final match of this pool of elims.
All right. Exciting.
You know, they do say they save the best for last.
Well, they do say that. Although all of our fighters today have been excellent. Both coming in upright, points forward in a low guard, up to Vomtog, probing slash. A committed thrust deflected offline and a strike to the body from Joshua. Again, circling around, trying to find a bind. Up to Vomtog for Josh. Oh,
Andrew
a
able to find
beautifully
it.
timed deflection from Josh, but it looks like they both landed a little something. Oh, a series of blows from Josh. Deflected. Andrew responds perfectly. Clean shot to the arm.
It looked like Josh wasn't really able to look for those openings he was trying to create, but Andrew was
Yeah.
able to find one in the meantime.
He was striking at the blade, and Andrew was giving him the blade to strike at.
Oh.
Oh, a strong thrust, and we have a severe bend in the sword from that one.
Oh, and it looks like Ryan's second is calling, Andrew's second, forgive me, is calling a gear.
Can we get a slow-mo of that one?
So taking a quick halt.
We're going to check the blade. Once a blade takes a set bend, sometimes it affects the structural integrity. Judge took a look, said it's okay. But a great thrust from Andrew there. Andrew taking that iron wall guard.
Oh, Josh trying to find that offline cut.
Ooh. Yeah, the judges thought he parried, but he said, no, that made it through. Struck me in the head clean.
Good honor coming from Andrew Jr.
Great sportsmanship from Andrew.
Ooh, and a nice
Oh, what an exchange. Both fighters parrying, striking back. Looks like Joshua was the one who landed.
Yeah, seeing this nice back and forth with Andrew finding a couple of spots.
Taking back a narrow lead.
Joshua maybe finding that afterblow. Oh. And what looks like it will be our first double.
Yeah. Both fighters cautious, trying to draw a reaction. Again, Andrew trying to parry. Joshua gets around it, just a skosh there.
You know, that left-handedness really coming in handy in this competition.
It's very difficult to fight left-handed fighters again.
What would have been a beautiful cut around coming
Great
from Joshua.
display of blade work from both of them. Joshua getting the better, or Andrew getting the better of this one. Even at 2-2, one deep strike wins the match.
Coming to our final match of elims.
Oh.
Not quite. Oh, and we're having a self-call from Andrew.
He's going to call it. That was a shallow hit. I would say, honestly, that's one of those ones that the quality of the strike was not quite enough that I would self-call that against the judges.
I quite agree.
But sportsmanship takes the day.
Oh! And it looks like that self-call.
This is going to be another draw because that was a strike to a deep target with an afterblow. Another draw.
Replay. Josh hitting that. Oh, but both fighters almost seeming a double in the replay.
Two draws in the elim pools. Great job to both fighters. I will say there, Andrew lost to his own sportsmanship. Great work to both of them.
Certainly. And we had many, many great displays of beautiful sportsmanship.
And that is the end of the elimination pool. We're going to have an announcement from Joe Calistro.
Miles and I are going to have a rematch from last year.
All right, we're going to have a special exhibition match. We're going to get to see Joe on the field.
You know, I actually haven't seen Joe fence live yet.
Hey, we need Joe and Miles' name up. Oh, you can't see it, but we have Joe with the Klingon
the batleth.
two-handed, the batleth versus Miles with the sword coming in. A strange guard from Joe cutting around to the leg. Miles holding on to the bind, holding him away. Oh, he strikes him to the face. Oh, incredible. Oh, he executes him. We're witnessing an execution live on the screen.
Now, I'm not
Miles.
sure if we can show that brutality
A
live.
strong victory. Unfortunately, that will mean this stream is fully demonetized for mortal violence. You can find the recap on LiveLeak later. Just kidding. It's not going to be on LiveLeak. That's only for actual. But that is Joe and his son, Miles, having a repeat of their exhibition match from last year. Great folks. That's my president.
Well, I certainly can't wait to see Miles taking up swords. Yeah, something that I've really started to see in a lot of parents in HEMA is bringing their children up in the culture and really developing them.
Yeah. We watched you get executed live on stream. It was phenomenal. Miles.
Our competitors coming up to the booth and giving a debrief of their match.
And now we're going to have some deliberation from our event coordination staff. So we're apparently just going to talk for a little while since they're leaving the cameras on. How are you feeling about our elimination pool?
You know, I'm feeling really strong. We saw some really, really great displays of swordsmanship. Jack Berry really coming in with a lot of those beautiful whirling cuts.
A lot of really cool Meyer-esque fencing, not something you see very often out of Lonan.
Oh, certainly.
You know, they're typically a much shorter cutting, point online sort of club. Really cool to see so many different techniques coming out of there today. Every Lonan fighter we've seen has taken a different approach to their fight. That was obviously one of my favorites. As a fan of Meyer and fancy fencing in general, really fun to watch.
Yeah, and I've heard many people from Lonan describe it as several smaller clubs in one big greater trench coat of Lonan.
Yeah, they're really differentiating their techniques, giving us more of a wider view of HEMA and martial arts in general, which I personally really appreciate. We did have a stint of a couple of years where Lonan was coming up, cleaning up the podium. They've taken some of their champions out of the running graciously. Thank you, Lonan. Much appreciated. Give some other folks some chances to win, but really fun to see some of the new stuff coming from there, from our brotherhood in Seattle.
Well, and to say that IFG's had a lot of successful fighters in this last round of SoCal.
Yeah, really some strong improvement. I know that we've opened up some more competitively geared training in Portland, even though we have the very beginner-friendly folks, opening up that sort of competitive space so that we can come and compete in our own tournament.
Certainly.
And win. It's a great time.
But really seeing the, I feel like the competitive scene is really starting to grow, and within our club as well, where we're getting a lot more competitors being more active in the sphere.
It's really exciting to see. We often send folks down to SoCal, to Sword Crush, all of the West Coast tournaments. Here we have one of our event coordinators, Rabbit, now chatting with the rest of our streaming crew, not wanting to come hang out with us second-class citizens.
Leaving us abandoned.
Hey, Rabbit. Top 10. Okay, so it has been announced that we are moving straight into the finals for the top 10 fighters. I don't know how that bracket works. Yeah.
Something I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. It's tough to break a bracket into 10 people. You got a couple of bye rounds, I'm sure. But we're going to take a short break for the moment. Short break. While we wait for elims to start, and then we'll be back in just a few minutes with more fencing action. Ethan, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Phenomenal. Make sure to stay and All right, we are back for the 2026 Indes
Take my-
Gladio Tournament of Roses. We just missed a sweet intro from Peter, who is back with us in the studio in the Sahara Desert.
Okay, now I scoot forward.
Sweaty after all your fighting. Peter, how were your exhibition spars?
I re-injured my ankle.
Phenomenal.
Uh,
Well, at least you're not confused.
In accordance with the wishes of our chat, I am buttoning up my shirt so I can therefore unbutton it every time one of our competitors doubles.
All right. I'm in. If I get my belly button out, my girlfriend's going to be upset.
She needs to understand that we have to give it all for the tournament. The commentator's booth is an obligation that extends beyond ourselves.
I'm going to say my neck is a little too thick for this button. So
I-
we're starting one button now.
I'm familiar with the struggle personally. I look small because this is a big shirt.
The way that the finals are going to work, we have 10 fighters in the finals. If I could find finals, that would be great. But we're going to have 10 fighters, which means we'll have 2 fighters with bye week.
Oh wow, I look like a huge douche just looking down at his phone.
Some of the folks that I remember being in there, my good friend Cameron Rasmussen, we got Isaiah Baxter, we got Roick, our very own Roick from IFG. We know 1 or 2 fighters from Lonin.
I believe we have Isaiah Hollingsworth from IFG as well as Rocco Jones. So we have, in fact, I believe for our first bracket, we have our 2 IFG fencers up against each other, followed...
That's not true.
Oh, really? I was lied to.
It's a different Isaiah.
Oh, okay. They can't just... Not all Isaiahs are the same person. I was misinformed. I apologize.
Somebody, whoever told you that, might be racist towards Isaiah.
I don't think that can be... You know what? Yeah, I think that's possible. I think that's completely possible.
It's our very own Goose.
Indeed.
Once we get the my microphone was off that whole time.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I wasn't saying anything important anyways.
Yeah, we're kind of waffling here.
Yeah. In case anybody didn't hear, finals are starting soon. We have 10 fighters. Isaiah Baxter. We have Roick from IFG. We've got Cameron Rasmussen from F3 down in California. And a whole bunch of other phenomenal fighters. Right now we are waiting on the first match to start. We are going to see all of the matches here in Ring 1 on stream live as they happen.
Indeed.
If I remember correctly, the last couple of matches are going to have slight rule changes that we'll go over once we get there, just to ensure that nobody doubles out. I think that 3 doubles is no longer going to count as a loss for both fighters in any of these brackets.
Indeed. If I remember correctly from last year, doubles effectively, I wouldn't say they stopped mattering, but they stopped ending the match.
Yeah.
Once we reach our final sort of medalist contestants. The wounds or HP loss will still carry over, so you are incentivized to double or to not double. Do not double.
Yeah,
you are
you're
not
incentivized to double. Nobody would incentivize doubles, Peter.
Yeah. We would
Who
never
does that?
incentivize a double here. Just like you would never download a car.
I would download a card.
I would
Literally
download a
today.
card.
I would love to download a card.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
never really
if I
understood that.
if I could download a car, I would do so right now. Like, I have a car. I don't even know where I'd put a second car, but I would download it.
I'd download it.
Yeah.
I'm downloading the Bugatti. I'll put it on the street. I downloaded it. I don't care if it gets broken into.
I download like STLs and stuff, and I don't even have a 3D printer. So
I don't even
get
know
it.
what an STL is.
It's like you know how there's pictures?
Yeah, do I know picture? Yes.
Yeah. So like
yes.
a picture, it's like a picture in 3D.
A 3D picture.
Yeah.
It's a 3D model.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it can be real.
I
If you wanna-
hesitate to ask what you are 3D modeling, knowing you, but
normal things.
normal things.
Yeah.
Like
Legally distinct tabletop models that could potentially be used to proxy things in Warhammer 40,000.
not owned by Games Workshop, specifically not using Games Workshop IP, legally distinct.
No, I would never download a Space Marine, but I would download a Star Soldier.
Ah.
Yes.
A Star Soldier and maybe a Space Bug.
Yeah, or perhaps some asteroid goblins.
Space Barbarian.
Oh yeah. We got our space barbarians, we got our space wizards, spelves, which are space elves.
All right, and here we go. We have our fighters lining up for the first finals match of the day. Of course, you get to continue looking at. Oh no, here we go.
Kyler Jocelyn of Masterless Fencing in red here on the left side of the ring versus Jeffrey Campbell of Lonin League here in gold on the right side of the ring. These are both really good fencers.
I mean, all 10 of these fencers are the best ones here.
I mean, yeah, definitionally, I guess
or at
they're
least had the best performance of the day. And as our judges, we have Joe Calistro, Shark, and we have our very own Rabbit directing. We're going to be trading out judges and directors every match to make sure that everybody's as fresh as possible.
all. Okay.
Hey, Bert, can you just double check for me that you've got 12 volt on your battery signal?
Indeed. Doing our final checks ahead of the match here. Directors getting their judges ready here. Doing some sort of weird finger gesture off into the distance.
As it should be.
Indeed. Oh, I think he got the air horn. Brace yourself.
And we hear the air horn. The atmosphere here is electric.
Oh yeah, here at the Rose City Futsal West. And they're off.
Both rushing in to claim the center. A wild strike from Kyler Jocelyn, responded excellently by Jeffrey Campbell.
Good rising cut directly into the hands right there. Definitely bought him some time before a potential afterblow came in.
Yeah, already some disagreement. A mono E from the judges.
Going mono at each other there.
And after deliberation, we say a strike with a shallow target, strike on a shallow target with an afterblow, 1 wound to each fighter.
All right. First exchange brings them down to 8-8. A lot of jockeying for position. Campbell
Kyler
getting back
holding
into the
Jeffrey to the edge. This is where Jeffrey wants to be, though. He likes inviting fighters to push him. Another 1-1 exchange.
Indeed. Seems like they might just whittle each other down to the last point here, but they are just starting.
Both fighters moving their feet well.
Ooh. Oh, and it looked like a pretty stout hit to the back of head there.
Yeah. We're likely going to see a warning for the back of head strike, but a great set of Zverkaus from Kyler.
Indeed. Great offense right there, not really letting Jeffrey kind of get into his wheelhouse and throw that flurry of strikes.
Yeah, Jeffrey does like to dive into measure, trying to stuff the blade. Kyler doesn't let it happen, keeps it moving.
Excellent play right there.
All right.
We have our first clean point of the match right here.
Yeah, Kyler gets out clean, taking a narrow lead.
All right.
Both fighters looking for some kind of bind, some kind of contact to work off of.
Ooh, and multiple strikes coming into the torso there. I believe there might have been an afterblow to the head by Campbell, though.
Yeah. Kyler extending that lead by getting that deep target, even with the afterblow.
Indeed. Just deepening it ever so slightly, putting Campbell in ever so slightly more of a hole to dig out of there. Incredible cuts along the midline there, very quick.
All well defended until Jeffrey stepped out of bounds.
Indeed.
Not leaving himself enough space to retreat.
Ooh, and another Zverev coming right along to the back there. This is why we wear the back of head protection.
Let's start tight on both sensors. Yeah, and then let's pull that into the start.
All right.
We see some disagreement from the judges.
Indeed. The inciting action wasn't particularly clear from my angle.
Yeah, we are going to see a yellow card here for the strike to the back of the head. And
An equalization of our
Jeffrey,
score.
Yeah, clawing it back to an equal score.
All right, very tense. This could go either way.
You can hear a pin drop in here.
Ooh,
Again,
those hits definitely creeping along the back of the mask there.
yeah.
Looking at that replay right there.
Getting that lead back by 1 point. Deep target with an afterblow.
Very tense.
No
Ooh.
hesitation from both fighters. Great defense from Kyler.
Indeed, they definitely seem to know just how down to the wire it's getting. A lot of attempts to sort of overrun.
And Kyler
Well
takes
done.
it with the Unterswerk to the body.
Very well done. Very well done. Great sort of expansion and contraction of measure by both fencers right there. Campbell
Yeah.
really trying to claw back from that defensive stance he was in the early part of the match.
It worked out really well for him in pools where there was a little bit less aggression coming in, but not so well against a fighter like Kyler who can take that aggression and turn it against you.
Indeed. Yeah, turning out to be a fantastic counter fencer, especially in that last exchange. Trying to run over someone like that just doesn't end well.
Yeah.
All
Now
right.
we've got our very own IFG fighter Roick versus Isaiah Baxter.
Indeed, from Lost Arts Historic Fencing. Both of these are going to be very interesting fighters. From what I know, Roick is a very range-focused fighter, really likes taking those first intentions. Baxter, as we've seen in this ring before, very clean, very technical.
Absolutely right. see there immediately Roic holding a long measure.
You can see Roic just advancing constantly, trying to force Baxter into making a mistake.
Doing a great job of displacing Isaiah's initial attack and getting what looked like a Scheitelhau to the top of the head.
Indeed. An excellent way to set up the start of the match right there.
Oh, missed strike from Roic.
Oh!
Playing at range, both hitting each other in the mask. The tempo is...
iffy on that.
Yeah. They're going to call that a double.
Indeed.
That's one button.
That... Right. Ooh, and a cut to the hand right off the advance into Krieg right there. That is Roic to a T.
Yeah, taking advantage of Isaiah creeping into measure a little early without being prepared.
Indeed.
Again, playing with that measure, getting that shallow target. Oh. Judges are disagreeing on who actually got the hit.
All right, they're calling that as a clean, shallow target from yellow to red, bringing it down to 6 and 7. You can see Isaiah no longer as confident as entering measure, attempting to attack,
Oh.
but an excellent little slice across the neck
Yeah,
right there.
great entry there from Isaiah.
Yeah.
Getting a narrow lead.
All right, seeing a lot of that constant movement from Isaiah, trying to draw Roic's sword all over the place. Ooh.
There you go.
Continued aggression down that center line with that retreat. Looks like Roic gets a pretty decent hand shot.
Yeah, doing a great job of displacing the blade, parrying a couple of the cuts that were coming in, getting one clean on the arm.
Indeed.
A much more aggressive start from both of them. Roic getting the better of it again.
Indeed. All he has to do now, or all they have to do now, is to maintain this point lead.
Ooh. Nothing lands there.
But it
a
looks like...
thrust to the hands is going to land clean for Roic again.
Indeed.
Roic just needs to maintain this lead, make sure he gets after blows on any strikes that come in.
Indeed. Roic can get a deep target here. This will end it pretty quickly.
Playing in close measure, Roic gets another one, deflecting the afterblow.
This is definitely well within Roic's wheelhouse. It's hard to displace someone's blade when you're so focused on cutting down the center line. Both fencers are kind of playing the same game right now when Roic just has more reach and a little more structure, and that is it.
Does it again at the very edge of range. Death by 1,000 shallow cuts. And IFG moves on with Roic.
Well done by both fencers there. All right.
Now, of course, we're swapping directors every time. Now we've got Joe directing, Shark and Pirate Steve as judges.
Indeed.
So up next, we'll have our first competitor that came in with a bye round. It'll be Kyler versus Cameron Blair.
Indeed. I believe we've seen Kyler in this ring before, with Cameron Blair being a... have we seen Cameron Blair fight here before?
Not today. I saw him last year doing some great work, and I think we definitely need a drip check on Cameron Blair. Could we have a drip cam on Cameron Blair, please? For the neon shin and arm guards.
My God. Wearing the most contrasting colors known to mankind, yet somehow all
Absolutely
cohesive.
beautiful.
Even getting that wonderful kind of missing texture checkering down there on the shin guards. Very Source Engine.
Oh, a very aggressive start. A couple of cuts from Kyler. One lands to the arm, I saw.
Indeed.
Yeah, so that cut landed on the shoulder, so judges could have called that as a deep target if it landed on the trap, but
Indeed.
defaulting to the lower value, as Joe said. Ooh,
Looks like a strike to a shallow target with an afterblow to the head right there.
I saw Kyler strike with a middle how to the abdomen.
Interesting.
Yeah. But with the good afterblow from Cameron.
Indeed.
These fighters coming in very aggressively, not taking any time at all.
You can definitely see a little bit of the so-called HEMA metagame popping up right here.
Yeah.
Either a cut or a thrust with a very extended attack, and then that Zverkow coming in along the exposed line.
Much more of a Lonin style of fencing from Cameron right now. We were just talking about how Lonin has actually brought out a lot of different techniques today, but here we see a little bit of that reversion to the bread and butter, what wins them tournaments.
Indeed.
A well-placed strike to the hand there from Kyler.
Yeah, Kyler definitely throwing those Verkows to the hands very intentionally. It's a great strategy. Because they defend their hands, they just open up a deeper target in the process. Ooh, there we go.
A sort of delayed strike there from Cameron, faking one side, hitting to the other.
Creating just that ever so slight moment of uncertainty to capitalize on.
Yeah. But Kyler gets the stronger hit to the body, taking a narrow lead.
All right, coming back in here. Ooh, and a wonderful hit to the shallow targets there.
Yeah, and way to evaporate out of measure, making sure that that afterblow doesn't land.
That ability to kind of shrimp out is just really impressive.
A little more careful now as the health pools drop lower.
Indeed. This could still go either way.
Yeah.
All right. Oop.
Oh,
An attempt at a
seen it.
Gazelin to the leg right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, and a wonderful response to the top of the head. One judge referring to this as a double.
Potential double. The judges are
Indeed.
going to call a mono-e. That was a messy exchange once they got Clote.
It's once they kind of advance through Krieg into ring and into grappling range, these cuts become faster and they become tight into their body. It's really hard to parse just against the background noise of the
They're
match.
calling that a
another
double. That's another button.
Oh my God. I'm losing these a little faster than I would have hoped today.
Both fighters trying to claim space.
Ooh. You can kind of see Cameron Blair slip backwards a little faster than they intended right there, creating just a moment of...
Yeah, leaning left to try and cut on that left line. Kyler cuts on the same line to the mask.
It's kind of that lean is an attempt to sacrifice structure to gain just a little more angle to cut through their guard. And in that case, that is a absolutely working strategy right there.
Yeah. That looked to me like a strong hit from Kyler to the top of the head.
Indeed.
Judges are in complete disagreement.
It's absolute pandemonium, or pandemonium around here, folks. The fans are rioting in the stands.
They're going to watch the exchange for no agreement.
I want to be very careful with our rulings here now that everything is down to the wire.
2 points to 1. This can end in one exchange.
Oh!
And that might be it. 2 points for Kyler here. Is going to win it. That was a thrust to the target. Kyler's going to take this.
Indeed. But with 1 wound remaining.
As close as it gets.
That was a fantastic match. Both fencers really trying to adapt well, really trying to display their best qualities. Kyler really trying to lean all over the place, or Cameron trying to lean all over the place, throw Kyler off their game, but in the end, Kyler just proved to be a little too fast.
Now another Cameron, one of my best friends from California, Cameron Rasmussen, fighting out of F3 Club in Oakland, and Doug Mayofsky.
From our friends up in Bellingham.
Who's in Bellingham? Seven Swords?
Not Seven Swords. I actually forget their club name. Doug here's been in the game for quite a long time, though. A lot of experience. Not surprised to see him in this ring.
Yeah, I have definitely seen him at the last 4 tournaments. He always puts on a great show.
Oh, yeah. As I understand it, unless I'm thinking of someone else, I believe he also does Lands Connect reenactment.
He looks like he does Lance Connect reenactments.
All right. Oh, my God. Look at those guard changes. That is delicious.
Meyer-esque guard changes.
Oh, we are eating good here.
Cameron, notably a counter fencer.
Indeed. Ooh, oh, my. Ooh. I couldn't see that.
A very fast Ferox getting close to the back of the head.
That is a very fast. If we're looking at the slow motion replay there. All right, jockeying for position here.
Yeah, Cameron waiting for the opportunity to counter fence.
Oh, and there it is, that cut around happening again. I struggle to think of a way to counter that.
I thought I saw Cameron's Unterswerk to the hand land first, but
I believe
judges disagree.
Joe might be lampshading your opinion there a little bit there.
Yeah.
That said, Doug coming out incredibly strong. That is not a range you want to be fencing this man in.
No. Great footwork there from Doug.
Indeed. Look at him go. Ooh, and there it is. You just cannot let him get into that range to get that headshot.
His blade is just singing.
You'll notice that our wonderful little tech priests here have turned on the slow motion replays because Doug here is just that fast. Unsurprising.
Match for point differential.
And our first finals match decided by point differential.
Doug takes it.
I have not been as familiar with Mayovsky's fencing as I think I should be. That man is a beast.
Yeah, that was incredible. What happened a lot there was Cameron would deflect the first intention shot, and Doug would just have the second and third intention coming out way too fast to respond to. Up next, we're going to have Rain Jewel versus Robert Graper.
All right. Graper being our first Ronin, as it were, being unaffiliated with any club, at least as far as they've registered with this tournament, and Jewel being out of Seven Swords Academy in Tacoma.
We've got Rabbit back to direct this match, judging by Pirate
the smallest
Steve and
director
Joe.
with the largest voice.
much more methodical approach than we've seen from Robert coming in.
Indeed. Oh, and
that's going to be
I am
a double or blow after blow.
I am already reaching for a button in apprehension.
Yeah, that'll be a double. That's another button. Getting real close to nips out.
Oh yeah, no. The chest hair situation here is incredible, folks. All right, both of them coming in pretty cautiously here. An interesting attempt. Interesting attempt by Robert here to back out, and Jewel just unloading a flurry of cuts on them the second they cede that initiative. Yeah. It was kind of a staring contest in that initial bind.
Yeah, they really thought that there was going to be a halt called, and good on them for continuing.
Oh,
again, both seizing the initiative at roughly the same time.
Welcome
They're
to
gonna call this a
Ferox.
blow after blow. Yeah, that was a Zvercopter situation.
Really makes you wonder how many of the olden masters just had completely powderized elbows.
Probably all of them by the end.
Don't think they invented shoulder or elbow protection back then. All right, a similar approach here.
Robert looking very relaxed as he comes in. Another blow after blow.
Seems to be the theme here, blow after blow through Zverkaus. Although, that inciting action from Red was definitely a deep target.
Oh, they're going to call it clean.
Interesting.
That evens up the score.
All right. Tense. All right. Oh, an excellent false edge cut off that shoulder.
I agree with the double. The thrust landed at the same time as the leg hit. That is another button.
My God. I only got so many.
2 left.
I know.
Both fighters need to prioritize defending themselves over the offense.
And it looks like that thrust just sneaks in.
Yeah, following the thrust in really well.
Yeah. Almost kind of like slowly making blade contact, then shooting through.
Yeah. Great structure there from Rain managing to push it on in.
Ooh. Great control from both fencers, stopping almost exactly on the halt.
Robert.
I don't think we've had a particularly disparate fight.
Very even.
And there we enter the Zverk zone once again.
Yeah. Both going for the same opportunities, displacing each other just enough to avoid the double. Keeping it a nearly even fight. Oh,
that was almost too fast
hard
to be seen right
thrust
there.
to the face.
Yeah. That's definitely continuing to double down on this pre-existing point lead.
Yeah. And now at this point just needs to hit one afterblow to claim victory.
Ooh.
But doesn't. That afterblow came way out of tempo.
Indeed. A little deliberation from that judge, but it looks like unanimous agreement. Deep target from Gold, bringing this down to 2-1, neck and neck practically. Wow. This is kind of a nail biter. They're both so fast, it's almost like watching whoever flinches first.
Yeah. Evaporating that lead. Robert still looking calm and composed, both going in for thrusts. Great defensive
exchange.
work.
Oh, and that, I believe, is it right there.
That's going to be it. Rain hits that arm coming in, manages to get out of the afterblow.
Let's take a look at that replay right there. Excellent. Wonderful work by both fencers right there.
Great job, Rain.
For those of you at home who might be having trouble trying to follow along with the action, I regret to inform you it's not going to get any easier from here on out.
Not even a little bit.
It's going to get worse. And by worse, I mean better. But this is great fencing, and great fencers move extremely fast. We got Rocco Jones coming in gold versus IFG's own Rowick Kinnard in red.
Very excited for this one. Two extremely long-range fencers. I expect we're going to see some really fun trickery out of Rocco.
Indeed. Going to see a lot of pressure out of Rowick, I believe.
Yeah.
Wonderful crowd making a lot of noise for our contestants here.
As much as I like Rocco, I do have to root for Rowick as a fellow club member.
Oh, I mean, realistically, I want Rowick to pick him up by his ankles and swing him around like a hammer. But we're going to see what happens here. Coming out immediately. Yeah, there we go. That dive to the legs that we saw earlier. All right.
Okay.
Dropping it down to 8-8 right off the bat.
Rowick feeling out, throwing out a feint.
Oh, an excellent counter attack right by there.
Absolutely. As Rocco jumps in, deflects the blade, gets a great little counter cut on his arm.
Indeed. Looks like Rocco attempted a false edge cut as an after blow, but simply wasn't.
Rowick
my
again
goodness.
taking advantage of an overcommitment by Rocco, deflecting and countering.
Not allowing Rocco to make use of his measure at all. This is great play by Rowick.
Scoreboard, please.
Ooh. We're seeing a perhaps slightly more aggrieved Rocco coming in here, throwing a flurry of cuts. Still seems like Rowick is able to eke out a cut in front of the judges there.
Yeah, they are going to say that is a blow after blow. Good blade work from both fighters.
Indeed. Rare to see Rocco commit to an attack that hard. Unfortunately, he seems to be playing directly into Rowick's wheelhouse.
Yeah, Rowick not falling for any of Rocco's tricks.
It is really hard to get a first intention hit on Rowick.
And again, just chipping away at that score, maintaining his lead.
If he can blow after blow this kind of into the ground, Rowick can absolutely eke out a pretty solid win here.
Oh, there. Rocco gets his first clean point.
Indeed. Bringing the points a little close in. I'll admit I've got a dog in this fight. I'm trying to play it cool, but my heart's in my throat right now.
Rocco trying to get Rowick to commit to anything. Maybe catches. I do agree with Steve over there. It did look like Rocco hit the arm.
Indeed. If we're locked in on that replay right here.
Oh, no quality, no
Indeed.
change.
It looks like the inciting hit was a leg shot that was too tippy to be quality. There it is, that void again. Fantastic control. And finally he makes it work.
Rocco finally finding his measure, finding his tempo.
Looks like he has the opportunity to claw this back.
Evening up the score.
Indeed, 4-4.
Good defensive work from Rowick there, avoiding the hand hit.
Indeed. You can see how quick Rowick is to back out, throwing a non-committal Gazelin, trying to bait an attack.
Taking advantage of Rocco's commitment there to try and jump in.
Indeed. Excellent attempt to redouble, but Rocco can simply just back out so quickly. You can see that, avoiding that counter blow by a hair's breadth. The extent to which they're playing the same game is... And that is the hit Rocco is angling for right there.
Landing a solid thrust, it looked to me like to the body.
Indeed. Pretty sure I saw that somewhere in the neighborhood of the neck or chest, but...
They're going to call it to the arm.
Well, at least we get more of a fight this way. Ooh.
Roic making an odd choice, walking right into Rocco's measure, but they're going to get a double. I am down to 1 button.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to 1 button each right here. It is not looking good. Or potentially it's looking great.
Depends on your inclination. An attempted upcut from Rocco. Oh, just playing at the edge of each
after
other's
to the leg
measure.
right there.
A blow after blow to shallow. It's going to bring it to 3-1.
Oh, this is so tense. This is so tense. All right. Roic coming in once more. Doing their best to keep.
Voiding the initial strike, but coming back in for the redoubling.
Indeed. I sympathize, though. It is difficult to get a read on where Rocco's blade is at any given moment. That was a dramatically close match, probably the hardest we've seen anyone push Rocco so far.
Yeah, Rocco showing incredible adaptability, learning the game that he needs to play versus Roic, and adjusting his strategy accordingly.
Truly fantastic.
Great fencing by Roic. All credit to Rocco for getting him done.
Indeed. All right.
We are, of course, heartbroken to see IFG fall out of the leaderboard, but again, all credit to Rocco.
What a run by Roic right there, though. Looks like we're teeing up for our next match right here. Got Doug Majovsky coming back in from Kolshin Hema in gold, as well as Kyler coming in from Masterless in red. Looks like we're just going to take a couple minutes just to get some technical things set up as we're moving into the semifinals.
Now this upcoming match, we've got Doug versus Kyler. It's going to be fascinating. We obviously saw that incredibly fast blade work from Doug, those Ferox coming out at lightning speed. Kyler, though, with an excellent level of defense in his matches, I'm wondering if he's going to be able to keep those parries high and get it done.
I completely agree with everything you just said there. It's Doug did have, I think, the strongest showing in one of these matches so far. Rabbit showing that he is, once again, Darth Maul by any other name out there.
A bow staff master.
Indeed, indeed. Missed his true calling in Wushu, for sure. Doug, however, did have a very strong, probably the strongest point disparity we've actually seen in our finals matches so far. Kyler.
The only win so far by point disparity in the finals.
Indeed. So fucking scared, dude. Like they were going at it at the end. I thought one of them was going to fucking die. Kyler's been playing a very strong defensive game, very, very sort of Eurohema chic, can just get in there, really keep that aggression moving, has already faced down 2 pretty strong opponents already.
Yeah.
So I don't really have, if you're trying to bet on this, I don't have any tips, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, we do have the camera, so we can show a little bit of the chest hair. This is the evidence of the doubles that have occurred so far. I will keep the nip tucked, but
maybe I should have. This undershirt's a little sweaty from all the sparring.
Here we can.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna. Oh. Okay, I did like this shirt a lot, but, you know.
I'm so sorry. I'll buy you a new one.
It's all good. I don't care, man. I don't care.
It just tore so easily.
He hurt Snoopy.
Oh no! I'm
Don't worry,
so sorry.
I'll put Snoopy. I'll put Snoopy on a new shirt. I'll put Snoopy on a new shirt. Are we counting that as a button? Okay, that's a button, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's
R.I.P. Snoop.
Liam Clark. Go Mariners. I agree. Also go Rocco. I ripped Snoop. You know, I'm so glad that I'd actually just bought a new T-shirt at the Indes Ferox Gladio merch stand.
Yeah, really, what I'm doing is giving you an opportunity to change for the after party.
Indeed, indeed. In fact, if you want to see more of this, we have commemorative calendars available at the merch stand. Please buy them.
All right. And we are ready to go. Kyler Jocelyn, Doug Mayovsky.
All right.
Tapping blades at the start, showing great sportsmanship.
Indeed. Fantastic movement. I think I did
we
see
have
a
an
hand shot that
early-
slipped by unnoticed from Kyler there.
Not unnoticed. I saw
doubted
a
our
shark
judge for
called
the
it.
wrong moment.
How dare you?
I deserve to have my shirt ripped open,
He's got
honestly.
the eyes of a shark.
Oh. I just had a shirt thrown at me. I'm not putting this on. I do bench press for a reason.
It looks like Kyler's going to play a longer range game.
Ooh, completely locked up there. That is.
Yeah,
That was kind of like a little anime moment right there.
but they're going to say that Doug got a hit coming in, and it does look to me like he hit the top of the head in that slow motion replay.
Indeed, yeah. It looks like he gets a hit on Kyler there. All right, Mayovsky coming back in with a notable degree of swagger. Although a little less fluid, and he eats that rising cut to the torso so fast.
No response to the Unterswerk.
All right, looks like a little just tacit "you okay" check between our fencers right there.
Of course, it was a strong hit to the ribs,
Oh,
as
yeah.
you see there. Boom.
Ooh, see the blade bend on that hit too. All right, looks like we're waiting for things to update for a second here. I agree, Jesse Harold, not Snoopy.
Not Snoopy. Again, apologies to the Snoopy fans out there.
Charles Schultz is going to arrive shortly to rectify this. Oh, and another one of those rising cuts to the torso right there. Great
Yeah.
structure.
It did look to me like Doug had a response shot,
Yeah.
and the judges agree.
It's a great counterplay to the sort of mind-right German Zwerkow storm is just
Hit him on the top of the head.
indeed. All right.
Yeah.
Coming back in. Ooh, Mayovsky actually being able to tee up the Zwerkows there.
I saw what I thought was an afterblow from Kyler, but they did not call it.
Ooh, a lot of fast repartee to the arms there.
Yeah, flurry of blows.
Indeed. Getting down to it, but Doug Mayovsky seems to be putting Kyler to the screws here.
Both careful, waiting for a mistake.
Indeed. You're seeing a lot less of that guard changing
Doug
from Mayovsky, but you
committing.
can see almost like an autonomic response there. Kyler just moves to that Unterhau. Indeed.
Doug extending his lead, putting Kyler in a really bad position here.
All he needs now is one shallow target, but it could be a doozy to
And
get, and I
he
say that
just
as he
takes
immediately
it.
gets a shallow target. This
He
is why
says,
Gaisland.
defense be damned, takes the one-arm shot at Kyler's leg. And Doug takes it.
Excellent work by Doug Mayovsky right there. Fantastic. Coming in. Excellent tournament psychology. Great kind of mentality right there. Just realizing that you can trade a little clean fencing to just end the match right there. Not always the right thing to do, but in that situation, absolutely the right thing to pull off.
Absolutely. And up next, it looks like we are going to have Rocco and
We got
the other one.
Rocco and another guy.
Some other lad.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Rocco and Jewel.
Chest cam up. Sorry.
Yeah, come on, pop tits out, boys. Yeah, Rain Jewel from Seven Swords versus Rocco from Seize the Four. Both of them had fairly close matches ahead of this. I think both of them were kind of expecting to hit the floor pretty hard. Both of them found pretty strong opposition.
And here we go.
All right. I think both of them are kind of playing similar games too. Extending, snapping to that fast second intention. Oh, you can see Rocco really playing with his tempo now.
Yeah, that delayed step forward. Both fighters not wanting to be the first to make a mistake.
Ooh, looks like a blow after to a shallow target right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Rain managed to hit. Oh. Yeah, Rain managed to hit the arm on the way in. Rocco got the head on the way out.
Indeed. Both of them, once again, reminding us while we were busy studying the blade, they actually studied footwork, and it's doing both of them very well.
Really, really well. That looked to me like an upcut from Rocco to the hands. It
Indeed.
looked like it landed clean, but
Little
no quality.
Indeed, just a little false edge swoop right there, equalizing that score.
Both fighters really careful.
It's like he's sighting down that thing like a rifle almost.
Yeah, holding the longest point I've ever seen.
Ooh.
Cutting around, getting what looked like a clean shot on the arm.
Indeed. Something of a somber atmosphere here. Everyone is locked in on this.
I mean, who wouldn't be? Oh.
Interesting close play as they both crash in through those first
Yeah.
intention attacks.
Deflecting the blade up, Zverking. But he got a slice across the body.
Interesting.
Sure.
Rocco definitely running into extremely stiff opposition here.
A non-committal upcut from Rain.
Looked more like a provocation, kind of cutting outside from that iron gate
Yeah.
as well.
Well outside of measure.
Ooh,
Oh!
extremely strong. That little twitch up to lead the point and then dropping it down.
Yeah, Rocco seizing the mistake.
Let's
from
take a look.
Rain.
That looks like a hit to the arm
Yeah.
from the camera perspective.
Yeah, Rocco with a better aimed shot to the hand there.
Indeed. Pulling him into his wheelhouse a little bit there, though. I think Jewel might have a slightly stronger command of the center line. All right. See both of them holding their swords pretty close to their body, unwilling to give the other fighter any kind of information.
Yeah, and trying their best to protect those hands.
Indeed. You can kind of see the order of targets they're working here.
Rocco trying to find his measure, jumping in, but not able to land clean. It looked to me like Rain got a nice hit there.
It
but
looks like Rocco might have been able to slide down Rain's blade into a shallow target.
they called it a deep.
All right, well, I'm not on that side of the fight.
Yeah.
Definitely starting to make those points back. You can see the little battle computer that lives in his brain starting to work.
He is adapting like Maharaga.
attempting to kind of press the point from Oaks like that unconventional and the sort of more frenetic Eurohema kind of fight. All right, 6-1 here.
I'll bet we see a strike to the leg right here from Rocco.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I think Rain knows that. They're definitely seeming to lead a little more intentionally with that leg, trying to lead Rocco to cut low.
Trying to provoke the strike.
Oh, and they crash high.
And Rocco might have collapsed that guard enough to get the hit in. They're going to call that. God dang it. That's the last button.
I still have a theoretical button to go before the shirt is finally dead. But,
My
ladies and
belly
gentlemen,
button
we
is
are going chest out here.
exposed.
Ooh.
With a upcut with the short edge to the hands.
You can see him.
Rocco takes it.
Both of them attempting to kind of, you can see how deep they were getting into each other's measure right there. I think both of them trying to provoke another one of these. Match gold. Rocco cinches it 6-0.
Rocco coming in with a winner's attitude, came and won gold last year, went to Poland for 3 months, forgotten by the world, came back with fire in his belly and an excellent sense of measure.
Training in a monastery like Batman, realistically.
And a really weird wheel behind his head that seems to turn every time somebody hits him with something.
That was an interesting fight. That's been 2 of these matches so far, both with Rain, where it kind of turned into a contest to see who was going to flinch first. That last point they scored, you could really see that both of them were kind of in their neutral stances so close that they could have just reached out and touched each other. And Rocco was just able to sneak that little hand shot in there, cinching that point.
Yeah, it looks like up next we're going to see Rocco versus Doug.
Oh, now I am excited for this.
That would be the gold and silver medal match.
Indeed. Oh, we're there already, huh?
Yeah, we haven't seen the bronze medal match, though, so...
You see, bronze medal match is always where the fun is.
Exactly.
And also in the gold and silver match, I'd like to clarify, if you are walking away from this with a gold or a silver, do not hunt me down later. You are also fun.
So here's the thing. I do need some input on what do we do if there's another double, because I am out of buttons.
Well, we tear my shirt all the way.
Well,
But,
that's first things first, but what do? I'm not taking my shirt off. I mean, I'm already nearly belly buttons out. You can see the treasure trail going on.
This is true. We're luxuriating hard here in the Sahara. It's hot, you know.
Yeah.
I could give you another shirt to unbutton.
All right, we'll have our bronze medal match here.
All right. Are we running this fight back? I could have
No,
sworn-
we didn't see Kyler versus Rain.
I think I'm just hallucinating then.
All right, well, if you've hallucinated this match, then who wins?
My inner demons.
Yeah.
All right. Be a tense match. I'm predicting that this is going to be another one of those kind of staring contest matches. 2 very fast fencers with kind of programmed second intentions, really raring for the chance to go.
Yeah.
Turning that torn collar outwards into a little revere collar there.
And here we go. Kyler versus Rain.
All right, here we go.
Both weaving their blades around each other, not wanting to give contact. Sort of scooping in and out of measure.
Indeed. You can see them moving in that sort of that common continuum of motion, kind of between that low boar's tooth, fool's guard.
Interesting. That looked like Rain thought there was contact.
Indeed.
Didn't keep fighting till the halt.
Indeed, an odd pause right there, but that's really all it takes to establish that point lead. Yeah, we have our replay right here.
You can see Kyler, Rain pause there. Kyler capitalizes, gets the clean hit.
Seeing as they paused on a parry, I'm wondering if Rain believed they got hit right there. locking back in with a very strong Unterhau
much
to engage.
more aggressive, both with almost matched Zverkaus, but Kyler making the contact.
I really, really liked that opening cut from Kyler. Unterhau firing off the hip, nice and powerful right there.
Great follow-up from both fencers.
Definitely showing that a versatile approach, giving you every tool every tool in your kit sort of equal measure, makes you a threat. But an excellent thrust sneaking in from Rain right there.
Chases it down until it lands.
Indeed. Not quite a double tempo afterblow following it, but that's a pretty nasty thrust.
Yeah.
Here we go on that instant replay. You can see the second they decide to commit, right there, you can see Kyler's sword drift ever so slightly off point.
Oh, no hesitation from Kyler there, swinging up into his ribs.
Just in love with how well Kyler is deploying that Unterhau. Very clearly a well-honed piece of his toolkit.
Kyler extending his lead ever so slightly.
All right, 6-3 in Kyler's favor.
Much more careful approach this time.
Indeed. See Rain being a little less confident,
And
but
there's...
Kyler is just able to cut in so quickly.
Yeah, and beautiful form, blocking any chance of response from Rain, landing 2 solid cuts.
As opposed to our last match, both fencers really trying to lock in those first intention hits. Kyler is able to sort of control the tempo of these engagements and is definitely reaping the benefits.
Oh.
A narrow miss on that first rising cut. I think definitely inciting action to Rain in that.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see how
do
the
agree
judges
with the
feel.
far judge. No agreement, no exchange.
Definitely the most inconclusive of these exchanges we've seen so far. All right, and here they go. Strong opening attack by Rain there, but it looked like Kyler might have actually been able to slide that attack up their blade and into the head.
I am not sure, and neither are the judges. Ooh, getting back a little bit of that differential.
Indeed. Evening it out, turning this into a much closer fight. Measured run into the middle. Kyler pressing, Rain giving up a little bit of ground there and fighting that attack.
Yeah, Kyler not wanting to let...
Ooh. And an extremely powerful sort of middle how right to the arms right there.
Yeah.
Bringing it down to 4-1. Still possible for Kyler and Rain to both cinch this in a single hit at this point.
Yeah, 1 controlled thrust from Rain.
Seeing a lot of that play for the center there again, and Kyler manages to Zverev and plant a thrust into the hands.
Rain just not ready with the second intention.
No. They were both really strong coming in there. I think Kyler just had a stronger plan. That is one of my favorite hits from the entire tournament. A Zverev into a thrust to the shallow target is...
And pressing the blade on those hands, stopping any chance of recourse.
And I believe that cinches, and correct me if I'm wrong, the bronze medal for Kyler.
That is correct. Kyler wins bronze.
Excellent work by both fencers right there. If we put together some kind of highlight reel, I want that Zverev out a hand thrust to definitely be in there.
And now we're going to see the final match. We see Kyler celebrating, but we're going to see the gold medal match. Rocco Jones versus Doug Mayofsky.
Indeed.
The two highlight reel machines of today's tournament.
This could go either way. I really don't know how their respective styles are going to bounce off of each other.
Not a clue.
This is it. This is the final match of the tournament, fighting for gold and silver, respectively. It's been a fantastic competition this entire time. Rocco Jones in gold, Doug Majowski in red.
Rocco defending his title.
A great shot there of one of the seconds seeming to obstruct our fencer. Okay, 500 might be a...
There definitely are not 500 people watching this, but 40 is pretty good. And all of you loyal, gentle souls,
Indeed.
thank you for coming today.
It's been a pretty consistent amount of people on the stream all day. I know a lot of you have been probably tagging in and out. Happy that all of you have joined us for this journey. A lot of
high
posturing here.
Vom-Tog from Doug.
Doug hitting
Switching
us.
guards.
Doug is hitting us with all that classic Meyer schmaltz right there. Ooh, little retreat into Schlossel, trying to provoke an attack from Rocco.
Not quite sure how to engage. Rushes in. I didn't see who got the hit there.
Indeed. I had my view blocked at the moment. Not a great view. Oh. We have our first reprimand of our gold medal match, something of a tradition at these tournaments.
Just got to keep them honest.
Yeah, well, you get people when you have so much on the line, the intensity tends to ramp up. All right, coming back in.
Rocco going for that long measure strike.
Ooh, going
Doug.
into Mittelhut and Schrankhut right there.
A long point from Doug.
Doug really looking every bit like a Freifector pulled right from Meyer's Codex.
Not settling into any guard, not giving Rocco an opportunity to adjust.
Hitting the hand, knocking the sword right out.
And we have Doug calling that
declining the
afterblow
hits.
as invalid, saying that Rocco parried it. Great sportsmanship from Doug and great fencing. Oh, that's going to be another blow after blow. Strike to the body on Doug.
Indeed. Rocco maintaining that 2-point lead as both of their scores slide a point.
We're not seeing that lightning fast Zverk from Doug. He's not going to the strongest of his tools. Rocco just such a fearsome opponent. Rocco receives the yellow card for exposing the back of his head.
Indeed. Can't tell if that hit found him a little on the hard side or if he was just recoiling in advance. Trying to invite that attack from Schrankhut. Ooh. Seeming to just completely body void Doug's attack.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, let's look at that replay right there.
Offline.
They get that solid contact, completely lets that. Doug commits so hard he actually bounces off of Rocco.
Yeah.
7-2 right here. 1 point will end this by disparity.
And Doug cannot make contact.
Indeed. All right, we're
No
watching
exchange.
that exchange. Getting a little check-in right there. Doug is taking some pretty meaty hits to the side of the head. Last thing we need just at the 11th hour here is a concussion. Ooh.
That might be a double.
Regretfully, I'm going to have to put Snoopy down. I am not happy about
You
this.
could have at least waited until the camera was on you, but that shirt is torn.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've taken out Snoopy.
Belly button's out.
Buttons out, boys.
Ooh.
Oh, no. We have medics on the scene, thankfully. I'm going to cover up. That seems disrespectful.
It looked like Doug took a strong hit to the back of the head. Up and moving. Just got stunned.
Anytime he can walk off the court is a good time.
It is unlikely that that is going to result in wounds as a overwrought hit.
Getting some speculation here.
Yeah. That is a second yellow card for Rocco for a disallowed target.
I
Doug
must question
soldiering
a
on.
little bit of the wisdom of both soldiering back into that ring after a hit like that and both potentially allowing Doug to do this without a medical inspection. Rebutton my shirt. This feels very somber all of a sudden. All right.
And there
And
is
that
a
should-
clean strike.
All right.
And Rocco Jones takes gold for the second year in a row. An absolutely fraught gold medal match. Both fighters putting everything on the line. Rocco clutching victory by point differential.
Rocco absolutely able to shut down Majovski's kind of close in and take that cut offline. His ability to do that. It's a great match, some great play by Rocco right there.
Not allowing the Ferox to come in. Doing an excellent job of maintaining range, aiming his strikes. Unfortunately, sending a couple to disallowed targets, but clinching it at the end with a gentle tap to the hands.
Do sincerely hope we get just a quick check on Majovski, just to make sure.
I do see him walking around. He looks like he's doing okay.
Okay.
Rocco definitely walking off the adrenaline right now. Both fighters, again, put everything on the line.
Indeed. Fantastic medal matches this time around. Bronze, gold, silver, all of those were definitely earned. We had competitors putting everything they had into this. I have enjoyed every fight I've seen from this morning to right now.
Yeah. And here we have Doug looking in good health and good spirits.
Excellent.
A champion among champions.
Also worth noting that a rarity among tournaments, we have actually hit our finals before 7 p.m.
The cool flaming IFG thing.
That there would be Patrick, Il Professore. He's the club uncle.
Erica.
Erica, 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 Erica. And there we have Erica Baker, another longtime stalwart of Indes. Definite needed counterbalance to the boys club energy we tend
They
to have.
got the shirts that they designed.
Indeed. If you are watching this from the bar, come on down, cop a shirt at the stand if you haven't already, cop a calendar. Support the club, support the event. Get yourself some cool stuff. I have one of the shirts here. I can hold it up. Trip. Indeed. Just shouting out, we have an in-house design company run by Logan, goes by Shark over there, Open Water HEMA, where we market a lot of our club merch through. Just about everything ordered through that will go back to Indes, Ferox, Gladio, and Master.
And look at that drip alert.
Oh my God.
Drip cam, drip cam.
Drip cam that this instant.
Yeah! Woo!
Masterless giving us a master class right there.
In the bronze medal goes Joe saying that Kyler is the only person in the building who has beat him in a tournament, so he gets the bronze medal.
Oh, we gotta strip some of that confidence off that man.
Kyler is receiving $50 gift cards and receiving a number of gift cards to
I believe Purple Heart and Open Water HEMA.
to Purple Heart and Open Letter HEMA. Doug Mayofsky, Joe's talking about how he's come back better every year and now winning a silver medal.
Getting our silver medal, and perhaps ironically seems to be being awarded a Wakusi Rattlesnake overlay. A $60 voucher for Castile Armory. Ooh, and the brand new hotness from Wakusi Armory right there. The Premium Plus Rattlesnake.
Hopefully that will prevent any more shots to the head from taking him down.
Indeed. Indeed, all of these medals were hand engraved. And we have an engraving station in-house where all of our medalists will have their names engraved on these wonderful cut wood medals in-house.
Our second-year gold medalist from Seize the Boar, Rocco Jones.
A man who's definitely put in the effort for that win.
All that training in Poland paid off.
Indeed. Getting a coupon for a free Gorget from Heavy Hammer Artificer. And a pair of these sort of pseudo softshell St. George saber gloves. I can confirm the saber gloves are quite comfortable. And as someone who owns some Heavy Hammer kit, it's good work.
And Joe now is telling Rocco that he does not get to compete anymore.
Indeed. Just like previous two-time gold medalist Ember McIntyre from Lonan League.
Yeah. Everybody give it up for Rocco, Doug, and Tyler.
Indeed. A great showing from competitors around the Pacific Northwest. We have had competitors come in from all over.
Joe's talking about the after party.
Indeed. For those of you at home, you cannot join the after party because you are not here.
Too bad, so sad.
Indeed.
It's really too bad. We have our hairy chests out.
Indeed.
And you're going to miss it.
I believe we might even have another Stein hoisting competition, and I'll try to let someone else walk away with a prize this year.
You should consider yourself lucky that my shoulders are trash.
Hey, I already got a Stein from that bad boy. I don't need nothing else. All right, for all of you.
And with that, the first day of the Indes Ferox Gladio Tournament of Roses 2026 is over. You can find us here again tomorrow for the WNBT Longsword, the Sword and Buckler, Messer, and Ringen tournaments. We have a lot of action tomorrow that's still going to be very fun to watch. Make sure to tune in, even if it's not Longsword. We hope to see you there. Thanks for joining us today, enjoying our hairy chests and the death of Snoopy. Congratulations to our finalists. See you tomorrow.
If you're watching this at home, pour one out for Snoopy, please. But it's time for Indes Tournament of Roses 2026 After Dark. I'll catch you all tomorrow. This is...